All right.
Okay, let me take you to the Hawk newspaper this morning, front page, and a focus to the NPP, end the infighting or forget power. And then we have Carlos Queiroz on the front page here, invest in football, not miracles. He's telling the Ghana Football Association. And then NPP plot to put flag bearer above chairman, fresh amendment push underway. And then finally on the front page of the Hawk newspaper, MPs push for tougher tracking of ministerial promises.
Well, the overseer is my final paper. Government declares 2-day national cleaning in flood-hit regions, and government clears $700 million Eurobond debt, boost investor confidence, and African youth urged to champion peace, justice, and accountable governance. Senator Ajiman Rollins, Member of Parliament for Korle Klottey, is speaking. Railway Authority defends procurement of refurbished locomotives, and Guzitano and the weight of the NDC chairmanship.
Let's come on to citynewsroom.com. Professor Peter Quartey says Eurobond repayment should be matched by support for MMDAs. There's a debate over suitability of our new locomotives. Ayepaya and GRDA CEO are clashing over this. Meanwhile, residents raise health concerns over Adekopa Sonitra landfill site. That's somewhere close to Amasaman. Police arrest convicted fraudster while attempting to flee Ghana. And Kojo Safo Akofena confirmed as successor to Kantanka Empire after will reading. So that's one of the controversies supposedly being settled there. Meanwhile, court remands man for allegedly spending ex-girlfriend's 114,000 cedis on betting. Yeah, and ex-NAFCO CEO's wife seeks his whereabouts after airport arrest. Now, Channel 1 News Online, Health Ministry to recruit new doctors and dentists from tomorrow, July 8. Also, Ioko investigator rejects claim of bias probe in 49 million NSB trial. 3 facilities closed over illegal sale of laughing gas and codeine in Nungwa. Meanwhile, Larry Doby has appealed a 7-day contempt sentence, and Transport Minister slams MPP. You couldn't run passenger rail, yet you criticize us. So that war always continues. And then Nana Amabunsu the first and stood as the new Asante Hima. Major Online is leading with $65 million flood protection cash was diverted to COVID under Akufo-Addo. This is the Finance Ministry. They sent some documents on this. Kofi Adams rejects claims of external interference in Black Star player selection. Meanwhile, KMA Samasama arrests 13 over poor sanitary practices in their homes. And then we are also told Nana Mabunsu adored as the 15th Asante Hima. A few more headlines for you this morning. Graphic Online. HT team is blamed for Ghana's World Cup woes, according to Nyahu Nyaota Maklo. Also, government declares July 10 and 11 as National Cleaning Days. And former NAFCO boss files habeas corpus. Produce the man. This is his wife demanding of the authorities. The 2-day general cleaning is also the lead story on GNA. I think it's a good one. And then government has settled this Eurobond story that came in yesterday as well. So where are you starting from?
I'll start with the 2-day cleaning exercise. President Mahama has declared Friday, July 10, 2026 and Saturday, July 11 as National General Cleaning Days in the 7 regions affected by the recent floods. The exercise, being organized under the auspices of the Post-Flood Mitigation Committee, is aimed at mobilizing citizens to clean their communities and reduce the risk of further flooding. The initiative will be held under the theme Our Actions, Our Future, Cleaning Ghana After the Floods. Announcing the initiative in a statement issued on Monday, July 6, the government said the nationwide exercise was a critical intervention to protect lives and the environment. I must say that the military lead on the anti-flood task force, they've been visiting some areas in Oyarifa and its enclaves, and the videos we are seeing coming from their visits quite troubling. The number of structures people have put up.
Indeed, the Ghanaian Times lead story and talks about this. If you can give us that.
So Sakumono Lagoon under siege. Indiscriminate dumping turns wetland into landfill. Story page 12, the Ghanaian Times by Cliff Ekufo. Now, the existential threat to the Sakumono Lagoon has become more imminent than ever as a large section is being overwhelmed by indiscriminate dumping of refuse. What began began as a small dumping ground used by a few residents of Sakomono village has rapidly transformed into a sprawling illegal landfill site with commercial waste collectors, tricycle operators, and some private waste management companies allegedly emptying truckloads of refuse into the wetland on a daily basis. Now, the relentless dumping has already buried large portions of the lagoon's channel and the mountains of waste, reclaiming acres of protected ecosystem of the Ramsar site, one of Ghana's internationally protected wetlands.
You know, the government, after, as you described, the initiative, the government is urging MMDAs to support this. So personnel from security agency, metropolitan municipal and district assemblies, and waste management companies will begin the exercise on Friday, while members of the public will join on Saturday. So our task is to join on Saturday. The theme is Our Actions, Our Future, Cleaning Ghana After the Floods. It will focus on desilting choke drains to improve water flow ahead of expected heavy rains, clearing sand, weeds, and debris from roads and highways, and cleaning public spaces, including markets, lorry parks, recreational parks, and communal refuse collection. All we want is KK.
We'll do the work.
All we want
and some brass bands.
is kinky and brass bands. So if the MMDs can provide
Straight.
we will do the whole Saturday straight. We just want it straight. Let me come back to you.
We are coming to Abokobi for that exercise now. Right, so flood waters recede in Summer Boy. This is page 11 of Daily Guide. Emmanuel Opoku writes from Tadi that flood waters in Summer Boy in the western region have finally receded, but they have left behind widespread devastation and extensive property damage. Many affected residents spent more than 2 weeks in temporary shelters after being displaced by the floods. The disaster, triggered by overflow of the Samre and Tano rivers, displaced thousands of people, and the downpour, subsequent flooding, forced more than 2,000 residents out of their homes, with many taking refuge in temporary shelters for over 2 weeks. So the severity of the flood has also been linked to environmental degradation caused by illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey.
Meanwhile, residents of a place called Adekopa Sonitra are asking for the landfill site to be dealt with. So residents of this area near Masaman in Greater Accra are calling for urgent government intervention over what they describe as the poor management of a landfill site in their community, saying the situation is posing serious public health and environmental risks. According to residents, conditions have worsened in recent weeks after waste collection tricycles were redirected to the landfill following the closure of other dumping sites to recent flooding. They claim the broken down equipment at the landfill has slowed waste disposal operations, resulting in long queues of refuse-laden tricycles, blocking access to roads and making it difficult for residents to enter or leave the community. One resident who spoke to Channel 1 said the community's concern is not with the existence of the landfill, but the manner in which it's being managed. Who is managing it? Residents further alleged that the prolonged queues of waste collection tricycles have caused refuse to be spilled onto the roads, creating what they describe as a growing public health hazard. Another resident said maggots from the waste are spreading onto nearby roads, while mosquitoes and rats have become increasingly common in the area. The residents are appealing to the relevant authorities to improve the management of landfill site. Now, what's challenging about this story is that we don't even know who the relevant authority is. Whether it's the district assembly, whether it is Zoom Lion, whether it is some, we don't know. So the whole story is written without us knowing who
is responsible for that site.
That is the real story there. Let me come back to you.
So let me bring you to Daily Graphic front page and to page 2. Haruna Idrisu, Education Minister's images here. And the headline is that special needs education now free.
Amen.
The government allocates 100 million Ghana cedis for implementation. Severus Kalidari writes that special needs education for persons with disability in the country is now free. The Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has announced the initiative forms part of the government's journey towards the provision of inclusive, quality, and equitable education in the country. Now, subsequent to the subsequent to the amendment of the Ghana Education Trust Fund Get Fund Act by Parliament, Mr. Idrisu gave an assurance that it would be funded adequately by Get Fund. Now, free education for persons with disability will cover tuition, accommodation, and assistive devices, even at the tertiary level, with the cost of basic and secondary education already covered by the state. This is really good. In approximately 9,000 learners, comprising 8,800 boarders and 200 day students are in these schools. So that's the numbers this is going to cater for.
All right.
Okay, still in education, this one says, stop interfering in our jobs. Haruna Idrisu wants university bosses. Story in the Hawk newspaper, page 9. Education Minister Haruna Idrisu has issued a stern warning to governing councils of public universities, telling them to stay out of day-to-day administration or risk undermining institutional performance. He said such interference weakens governance structures and disrupts the smooth running of tertiary institutions across the country.
Finally, on education, the NACA, which is the National
Curriculum
Council for Curriculum Assessment, has directed publishers, booksellers, schools, and other stakeholders to ensure that only approved learning materials are used in Ghana's pre-tertiary schools. In a public notice yesterday, Monday, July 6, NACA reminded stakeholders that under the Education Regulatory Bodies Act, it is the sole statutory authority mandated to assess, approve, and recommend pre-tertiary learning materials for all schools. I think they are concerned that some books are being published without approval.
Authorization. Now, won't me plead back?
Can I end with education quickly?
Sure.
There's this interesting story here. SHS heads call for discipline data, quote, shame list in schools to tackle bullying and violence. Story, page 3 of the Hawk newspaper. Now, heads of senior high schools in the central region are calling for a new system where disciplinary records are regularly collected, published, and tracked across houses and classes to help clamp down on indiscipline in schools.
Well, talking about discipline in schools, JHS students slashed with machete for fondling seniors' breast. This is page 6 of Daily Guide. Prince Fifi York writes that junior high school, one male student of Asin Kofrofrodu District Assembly Basic School in the Central Region has suffered severe machete wounds after allegedly fondling his female senior's breast. Now, according to accounts from the school, the incident occurred during a campus cleanup exercise. School authorities had instructed students to weed the overgrown compound using machete, and this boy was misconducting himself. He got the lady upset, and then she used the machete on him.
There's a debate over the new locomotives that have been acquired for our rail service. Patricia Boache reports on Channel 1 News that a former MP for Ayensuano, Samuel Attah-Mensah, and the CEO of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Dr. Frederick Apo, have clashed about the feasibility and suitability of 2 locomotives procured for operations on the Tema Mpakadan railway line. The disagreement centers on whether the locomotives, which have been acquired for the standard gauge rail line, meet the technical and operational requirements for long-term use. Now, on Eyewitness News yesterday, the former MP questioned the decision to deploy the locomotives, arguing that Ghana should have invested in newer rolling stock capable of withstanding long-term operational demands. According to him, even though used locomotives can be acquired and refurbished, the current units do not meet the required specifications for sustainable railway operations. Now, the GRDA CEO, Dr. Apo, strongly disagreed with the claims, describing them as technically inaccurate and misleading. He rejected assertions that the locomotives were incompatible with standard gauge operations, insisting that the Ghanaian system aligns with international railway standards. So basically, word against word. The Minister of Transport also entered the fray, and he said, you couldn't run passenger rail, yet you are criticizing us. So he also, at the launching of something yesterday, he also fired the MPP. We are just waiting for the thing to start working. Now, the minister says they are not toy locomotives. They are economically viable locomotives that will service our logistics industry. This is Mr. Nik. He defended the decision to procure refurbished locomotives, noting that such equipment remained practical and cost-effective option when properly maintained. I think the question we should be asking is, so when will the Mpakadan Tema line have these rails running? And when can we benefit? When will the Saglemi housing unit
that should be the focus
fully up so that people who live there can come to work in Accra on train? You know, that's the question, not the MPP NDC
back and forth
fight.
Okay, let me bring you some quick health stories. And Ghana Health Service steps up malaria fight as rains set in. The Ghanaian Times, page 11 by Abigail Adon. The Ghana Health Service has intensified efforts to prevent malaria with the onset of the rainy season, rolling out 2 major interventions expected to protect about 1.5 million children each from the disease. Now, the interventions, the seasonal malaria chemo prevention campaign and the school-based distribution of insecticide-treated nets form part of the country's strategy to reduce malaria transmission during the peak of the rainy season.
On health, we are also told that the government is recruiting new doctors and dentists from tomorrow. Letitia reports that the Ministry of Health has announced the recruitment of the 36th batch of medical officers and dentists who have successfully completed their housemanship and have been verified by the Medical and Dental Council. Now, vacancies are currently available under the Ghana Health Service, the Christian Health Association CHAG, and Hamadia Health Service, and the Mental Health Authority. It said the deadline for submitting applications was Wednesday, July 15, 6 p.m., and the process is listed on the website of citynewsroom.com.
Yes, please. Still on health, this troubling story here. Another life lost to no bed syndrome at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Story, The New Republic, page 5 by Gifty Boating. The preventable death of 46-year-old woman at Kolebu Teaching Hospital on Sunday has reignited criticism of successive government failure to resolve the teaching hospital's chronic bed shortage, a crisis that has now claimed multiple lives in recent months. Now, Leila, sister of popular musician Miss Bell, was rushed to the Premier Health Facility in critical condition but was turned away because no bed was available. She died hours later, reportedly on the hospital floor.
Yeah.
Let's deal with two other stories. The court cases involving the former Buffer Stock CEO, and then later the Christo Asafo,
and there is the Herald aspect as well.
That's right. So ex-NAFCO boss sweats in BNI custody, denied access to lawyers. This is Daily Guide Gabriel Abdul Razak writing that lawyer for embattled former chief executive of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, Hanan Abdul Wahab Aludiba, have filed an application urging the courts to compel the Attorney General and the Director of Bureau of National Intelligence, BNI, to produce his body following his Rambo-style arrest at the Accra International Airport. An affidavit in support of the application sworn to by his wife, Faiza Seidu Wuni, avers that the embattled former government appointee has been denied access to counsel and his family since his arrest in the late hours of July 4. You heard his counsel earlier on the bulletin this morning.
Said efforts by his family to deliver food and communication with the detainee have been blocked, adding that repeated engagement with senior BNI officials have not resulted in access being granted. He criticized what he called unbecoming conduct of state security agencies, accusing them of disregarding legal processes and court directives. Stay in that paper.
Yeah, still here, Kwejo Safo confirmed Christo Asafo, leader in will, Daily Guide report. So a high court in Accra has confirmed Kwejo Safo Akufina, son of the late Apostle Kwejo Safo Kantanka, as the leader of the Christo Asafo Church, following the reading of his late father's will yesterday. Multiple reports suggest that Akufina had been confirmed as the successor of the Kantanka Empire, dealing a big blow to her elder sister, former member of parliament for Dom Kwabena, Sarah Adra Safo. So more details on page number 3 of the Daily Guide. But there's Wound to Me somewhere in the Daybreak newspaper. You have that somewhere too.
I have Wound to Me here, and the story says Wound to Me, 30 million Ghana cedis Exim Bank case. Court grants more time for plea bargain negotiations. Page 3, the Ghanaian Times, by Malik Suleiman. And now the High Court in Accra yesterday granted the Attorney General and the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Nchibosiako, known as Chairman Wontumi, more time to conclude negotiations on a plea bargain agreement in the alleged 30 million Ghana cedis Ghana Export-Import Bank fraud case. That is about that. The last legal case here, the Herald editor Fight Back files appeal challenging contempt, conviction, and gag order. Story in the New Republic, page 7 by Gifty Boating. The managing editor of the Herald newspaper, Larry Alans Dubwe, has filed a notice of appeal challenging his 7-day imprisonment for contempt in a case that has become a landmark test of press freedom and judicial authority in Ghana. Now, the 9-page document filed at the Court of Appeal by his lawyer, Peter Okujato, cites Kevin Ochre and Springfield Exploration and Production Limited as respondent, with Primark Company Limited and Abdul Razak Bawa named as co-defendants. Now, the appeal seeks to overturn both the contempt to conviction and the interlocutory injunction that barred publication of materials concerning Kevin Ochre. Right,
let me bring you some traditional leadership stories. On page 20 of Daily Graphic, Nana Ama Bonsu is new Asante Hema. Gilbert Mauli Agbe writes from Mensha Palace that Asante Man has a new queen mother. She is Nana Ama Bonsu, who was officially introduced yesterday at a ceremony held at the Mensha Palace in Kumasi. Nana Ama Bonsu, who becomes the 15th Asante Hema, succeeds the late Nana Kunedu Yadom III, who passed away in August 2025. The atmosphere at the introduction ceremony was electric as the women celebrated what many described as a new dawn for the kingdom. Dressed in traditional black and red attire, Nana Ama Bonsu arrived at the Asante Hema's palace amid singing, dancing, and jubilation from hundreds of women.
Let me take you to Kumasi, where the KMA has arrested 13 people over poor sanitary practices. This is the old age summer thing we've been told. 13 people who have been arrested and arraigned before the KMA court for various sanitation offences. Now, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, in renewed efforts to clamp down on insanitary living in Kumasi, has reintroduced an enhanced summons initiative popularly known as Sama. Homes, shops, churches, and hospitals facilities in the Dichamsu suburb were taken by surprise when the Sanitation Enforcement Task Force, otherwise known as Sama, besieged them. The task force, comprising soldiers and sanitation officers of the KMA, moved to every nook and cranny of the community to inspect their sanitary conditions.
That's right.
In some households, waste was found on the compound, while gutters running through parts of the area were heavily choked with plastic and silt, preventing the flow of liquid waste. The exercise witnessed some pushback from residents, while in other instances, the residents were tasked with cleaning their frontage. For example, Latter-day Saints Church in the area, administrator of the temple was picked up by the team for unkempt condition at the church. PR officer of the KMA, Henrietta Efia Kunedu Abuaji, explained the reason for the arrest, and then they give other details of what they've been doing. It will give everybody a wake-up call.
Yes.
Let me bring you two quick governance stories. And MPs are pushing for tougher tracking of ministerial promises. Page 3 of the Hawk newspaper by Charles McCarthy, Accra. The former majority leader and member of the Council of State, Honorable Cletus Avoka, has urged members of parliament to deepen oversight of government commitment as he led a discussion on the constitutional and parliamentary foundations of ministerial assurances. Now, addressing the assurance committee, Honorable Avoka explained that ministerial assurances are not mere political statements, but are anchored in constitutional and parliamentary obligations designed to strengthen accountability through monitoring and regular reporting. Another quick one here, Haruna Idrisu is saying that we are begging for money. We need stronger independent parliament. Education Minister Haruna Idrisu has called for a major shake-up of Ghana's governance system, insisting that parliament must be financially and institutionally independent from the executive. Now, speaking on the floor of parliament during a statement marking the International Day of Parliamentarians, former majority leader said legislature cannot be considered truly sovereign while it depends on the executive for funding.
So quick ones, and these are all sports related. Daily Guide has the headline that Carlos Queiroz steps down after Black Stars World Cup exit, and Daily Graphic says Queiroz set for a contract extension after a brief World Cup stint. So this is Daily Guide. Maurice Kwanzaa writing from Kansas City.
Daily
Graphic Now, yes. Looking at Graphic Now. Highly placed sources indicate that the government is considering extending the contract of Black Stars head coach Carlos Queiroz following his relatively impressive performance with the Black Stars at the ongoing 2026 FIFA World Cup. Now, though the Black Stars were eliminated in the round of 32 after suffering a narrow 0-1 defeat to Colombia last Saturday, government officials and the football chiefs seem to have been impressed with Queiroz's output despite taking over the team at a short notice, notwithstanding the anticlimax of Ghana's 5th World Cup campaign in Kansas City. The team's improved performances under Queiroz in less than 2 months is said to be the main reason for the extension of the current 4-month contract, which runs out next month.
Reuters has a very interesting headline. It says, Trump-backed Balogun reprieve sparks FIFA crisis, but Belgium sends US out of the World Cup. FIFA President Gianni Infantino defended the governing body's disciplinary process after Trump hailed as brilliant his decision to suspend US striker Folarin Balogun's red card ban, fueling accusations FIFA had bowed to political pressure. That notwithstanding, Belgium delivered a masterclass, booting the co-hosts out with a 4-1 victory at midnight yesterday. The newspaper review was brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits from lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. It's time to switch to Fidelity. To learn more, call 0800 003 355 or go to fidelitybank.com.gh. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Hey, Andra, challenge these days, new level crown. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank, and that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better, Pa. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If you believe with us, fidelity. If I know I on your side, fidelity.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
Time for the City Business News at 7. Neti Ajaho is here with the details. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard, and you're welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Is brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Go Good Energy. Coming up, economic watchers project credit rating upgrade after Ghana's early Eurobond repayment, and consumer spending shows mixed signals as VAT collections rise 35.7%. And later, PwC survey reveals CEOs are more confident than global peers despite rising technology risk. Let's settle for the details now. Ghana could be on course for another sovereign credit rating upgrade after settling its $700 million Eurobond obligation ahead of schedule. That's according to finance and tax analyst Nelson Kwagbeji. The Ministry of Finance says the payment was executed through planned financing arrangements and did not place undue pressure on the country's foreign exchange reserves. Speaking to the Business News, Mr. Kwagbeji said the early repayment underscores government's commitment to prudent debt management and fiscal discipline.
Last year, 30th December 2025, about $709 million was also paid. So cumulatively, we are having about $2.1 billion which has been paid. Now, this sends a clear signal to the investor community that Ghana's financial market has bounced back, and then liquidity will be deepened within the market. Secondly, our rating is currently at B- with a positive outlook. And so with this payment that the government has done now, we expect that any subsequent rating that will be done by any of the rating agencies, Ghana's rating will go up, because in terms of credit worthiness, we are credit worthy. And so it is good news for the market, it is good news for investor confidence, and it is good news for the economy in general.
Nelson Kwagbeji is a finance and tax analyst. Now, consumer spending showed mixed trends in the first quarter of 2026, with a sharp increase in domestic value-added tax collections pointing to stronger spending activity, even as retail sales slowed compared to the same period last year. This according to the Bank of Ghana's May 2026 Monetary Policy Report, which showed that domestic VAT collections rose 35.7% year-on-year to 2.2 billion Ghana cedis in March 2026, up from the 1.52 billion recorded in March 2025. There's more in this report.
For the first quarter of the year, total domestic VAT collections increased 20.8% to 5.82 billion cedis, compared with the 4.82 billion cedis during the corresponding period in 2025. The report also showed that retail sales eased on annual basis. Retail sales declined by 1.9% to 262.84 million cedis in March 2026 from the 268 million cedis recorded in March 2025. However, compared with the previous month, retail activity improved, with sales rising 13.2% from the 232.25 million cedis in February 2026. Despite the year-on-year decline recorded in March, retail sales remained positive for the quarter. Cumulative retail sales for the first 3 months of 2026 increased by 5.0% compared with the same period last year.
Emmanuel Opong with that Business Desk report. Now, Ghana's CEOs are entering the second half of 2026 with confidence levels that outpace their global counterparts, buoyed by an improving macroeconomic environment. However, a new survey by PwC warns that emerging risks from technology disruption and artificial intelligence to tariff-related cost pressures could quickly erode these gains if businesses fail to adapt. According to PwC's 29th Global Survey, CEO Survey Ghana Insights, 73% of CEOs in Ghana are either very or extremely confident about their company's revenue growth over both the next 12 months and the next 3 years, more than double the global benchmark. The survey attributes the renewed optimism to easing inflation, improving exchange rate stability, lower interest rates, and stronger than expected economic growth. Despite the upbeat, the report cautions that the country's corporate risk landscape is undergoing a significant shift. Now, state-owned PSC Tema Shipyard and Dry Dock Company Limited is expected to resume full operations by Wednesday after last week's flooding temporarily disrupted activities at its pump house. Following an assessment of the damage, Board Chair Dr. George Sipa Yankee assured ship owners and other stakeholders that this incident has been contained and will not derail the shipyard's ambition of becoming one of Africa's leading maritime repair facilities.
We are making some income. If the need arises for us to also seek funds from other sources, we will do it. Because my shipyard is a very critical agency for government. And we want to see it succeed. Now, this flood has caused us a little problems, a little setback. But as I said, we are almost resolving the problem. And I want to take this opportunity to inform our stakeholders, especially the ship owners and the agents, that you shall be back to business Wednesday and that they shouldn't have any fear at all. Because yes, some mishap that happened, but they are being resolved. And by Wednesday, the pump house will be fully in operation and can give them service.
Dr. George Sipa Ajayanke is the board chairman of the PSC Tema Shipyard and Dry Dock Company Limited. Now, MTN Ghana has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting SMEs by awarding a total of $150,000 in grants to 5 outstanding businesses during its World MSME Day business pitch competition. The competition, held under the MTN Business Year-Long SME Accelerate program, brought together 10 promising Ghanaian businesses to pitch innovative ideas with the potential to drive innovation, create jobs, and contribute to the country's economic growth. Speaking to the media on the sidelines of the event, Senior Manager for SME Sales Partnership and Business Broadband at MTN Ghana, Mohammed Siddiq, said the business pitch forms part of MTN's broader commitment to empowering SMEs in recognition of their vital role in Ghana's economy.
Business pitch is an event that we have put together as part of our 2026 MTN SME Accelerate program in order to recognize SMEs, to celebrate them in terms of their wonderful performances that they have been doing, their contribution to the economy of Ghana, creating jobs, and also being very pivotal in ensuring that employments are created, and then also they generate also a lot of revenue for our GDP. In MTN, this cohort of businesses are businesses that MTN in general, we hold them in a very high esteem. For one time, MTN was also an SME. So we identify with them and we see them as very strategic. For that matter, today we had this program to celebrate them. Out of 10 of them, initially, we had hundreds of applicants who applied to be part of this program. However, we shortlisted 10 of them. And out of the 10, the 5 who won, we have given them prizes.
That was Senior Manager SME Sales Partnership and Business Broadband at MTN Ghana, Mohammed Abubakar Siddiq. And now on the interbank market this morning, the dollar is trading at 11 cedis 38 pesos, the British pound at 15 cedis 20 pesos, and the euro at 13 cedis 2 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the City Business News. It was brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Gold Good Energy. I am Netelinete Ajahu. Thanks for listening.
Introducing Ghana's leading pay-as-you-copy photocopier leasing company. Lease an A4, A3, heavy-duty or production machine and pay for only the copies made, or design your own payment plan. Simple and tietia. That's not all. Incredibly, toners, repairs, maintenance, follow-me printing, centralized tracking all come free of charge. Remember, financial prudence is the name of the game. Folks, forget about the expensive gimmicks and be smart. Join the hundreds of satisfied clients across all the 16 regions regions and every sector of the economy and save over 60% of your printing costs. Visit us at www.valixlease.com or call 0244-644048. Be prudent and lease a copier. Terms and conditions apply. Valix Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. Valix Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
The region or the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Enterprise Blue FM.
Enterprise Blue FM, the bus.
It's DJ E on Enterprise Blue FM. Guys, after the heavy rains this week, we are looking for the calmest person in Ghana. Who's the most chill person you know right now? Let's go.
DJ, it has to be Mansa. Look, the flood entered her house and completely submerged her car. Next thing I see on her WhatsApp status, she's smiling and sipping tea on her balcony. Like me, I'll be crying, but she's totally relaxed. DJ, it's true. Mansa's home and car are destroyed, but this girl is not stressing at all. She just tells us everything is under control. Hey, Mansa, how?
Wow, Mansa, we need your secret too.
They say Entoa, but when unexpected floods strike, we've got you covered. At Enterprise Insurance, with over 100 years of experience, we say whether it's home, motor, travel, or insurance for your business, Entoa, if it happens, chill.
Enterprise, your advantage.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Natile Neti Ajaho just brought you the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Brought to you by Guel EcoBank and MTN.
Help me make.
If you're looking for quality fuel that gives your engine smooth performance, look no further. Guel Super XP is of premium quality. Gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Guel Super XP is fortified with a special additive that gives longevity to your engine. Makes your engine perform to the max using minimal fuel that takes you further. So as you journey the road, look out for Guel stations. Fuel up your vehicle with quality you can trust. Guel Good Energy. You know how money really moves in Ghana? It doesn't move on payday pay. EcoBank knows that money moves every single day, connecting you to the people who matter most. And EcoBank provides one seamless banking experience across 34 African countries. We have digital platforms instantly connecting people, businesses, and opportunities across the entire continent. So pay bills, transfer funds, and manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Just download the EcoBank mobile app. Dial star 770 hash. Use EcoBank online and our nationwide ATMs. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. Now sometimes, big moments begin with small things. A call to someone you love, a moment to help family, a bundle to help your business grow. What if these little moves could lead to something much bigger? Yeah. With the MTN at 30 promo, every call, text, browse, Momo transaction, home fiber connection, and activity on the My MTN app earns you points towards amazing rewards. Like winning one of 9 brand new Toyota Land Cruiser Prados. Gabi, what will you do with a brand new Toyota?
Smooth sale.
Chale. So look sharp. Grab your share in the over 10 million Ghana Cedi cash prizes. Enjoy unforgettable experiences made just for you. Every move counts, so just dial star 530 hash or open My MTN app. Join the MTN at 30 promo now. MTN at 30, make every move count. Terms and conditions apply. Kickoff is coming your way shortly, and the voice you heard, Gabi Ofe, says return from America. It's solar panel, I don't know. It's not shiny like the blasters. We'll bring you kickoff shortly. It's brought to you by Lesheho. But just before then, the recent floods have left many families counting their losses, damaged homes, flooded vehicles, disrupted businesses. But for Mensah, while the damage was real, there was one less thing to worry about. She had the right insurance cover with Enterprise Insurance. They say Entoa-da, but Enterprise Insurance is changing the narrative. We say Entoa-da. If it happens, chill, because we've got you covered. Don't wait for the unexpected to catch you off guard. Secure your home, your car, travel, and businesses today with our innovative insurance solutions. Enterprise Insurance, your advantage. Enterprise Insurance, Tour bed. Yeah, that'll be the whole story. Gabi Affairs in with kickoff, and that's brought to you by Lesheho. Are you ready to power up your finances and unlock your path to financial freedom? The Lesheho fixed deposit solution is tailored just for you. With Lesheho's fixed deposit solution, you're making your money work for you. Join the investment revolution with our fixed deposit solution. Take charge of your financial future. Call us on 0302-208-333. Call us now to learn more. Invest wisely. Invest with Lesheho. Lesheho, let's improve life. It's funny, Gabi, because on the newspaper review this morning, Daily Guide says that Carlos Queiroz, our coach, had ended his term as a coach, and then Daily Guide said that we are extending his contract because it ends. It's a 4-month contract that's ending. And funny enough, around the same time we're reviewing those stories, I saw your story on the City Newsroom where you were talking about GFA and other stakeholders engaging to discuss the future of Carlos Queiroz.
Yeah. So per what we know, the minister would be in the country today. We did our checks also at the ministry and the GFA. The part of the ministry, they said that they are yet to receive a letter of resignation from Carlos himself or his representatives or his lawyers. Same as
he has not resigned.
Yeah, same as the Ghana Football Association. So I can understand why people would go on to say that he has resigned.
They read meaning into his cryptic message.
Yes, but you see that message he put out on Facebook, that message, any part of that message didn't say that he has resigned.
Exactly.
He says the journey starts now. The journey starts now, whether with him or without him. We don't know.
Because some other people are even still at post. Why are you resigning?
In fact, let me tell you this. I'm hearing that Queiroz himself is shocked. At the way he says, the way we've misconstrued what he put out. So I think the GFO would have to come out, and I think
the way he even perform, I thought he even retire in Ghana. Have a retirement.
And I think he should have a last press briefing for the people of Ghana. Yeah. But I will not be surprised. If he walks away from the job.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
I thought he acquitted himself quite well, given how shambolic our team was prior to
let me
take over.
Let me give you just quick history.
How we've come.
When you look at the expatriates we've dealt with, those who have come in to take up the national team job, right? After the World Cup, they walk away.
Okay.
Yeah, you can talk about Milovan Rajvac in 2006.
Right.
Ratome Djokovic in 2006, and then Milovan Rajvac in 2010.
They always walk away.
It's more like they use the World Cup to equip themselves, upgrade their scene. And then later you have other countries and clubs chasing.
Right.
So I would not be surprised that he walks away after the World Cup.
So then we will start looking for a new coach.
Yeah, Hervé Renard has resigned. He's a free man. So I
guess the biggest story from the World Cup now is the fact that one of the goats or the other goats is like today.
Ororo.
They said they're looking for kebab and things.
I beg you. The goat is still alive. He's not dead.
So what's up with Ronaldo's Portugal?
But look, I think that what it means for him is that it means that his World Cup dream remains unfulfilled. He's done 6 World Cups from 2006. He's only one of 2 players who have done 6 World Cups.
Wow, and he's not won any.
He's not won any. Wow. So he has the Euros to himself in 2019, and the Nations League he's won it twice. But for the World Cup itself, he hasn't got that. But
he's done well for himself. How old is he again?
Ronaldo is 41. Yeah.
Is he the oldest player in this
Yeah. He should be one of the oldest.
One
players.
of the oldest, yeah.
I listened to his press conference and he said he's tired of journalists asking him when he will retire, when this will be his last, and when of that. Look, I think he has to do with obsession. Yeah, but I'm not too sure if Ronaldo can wait again for the next 4 years. The next 4 years means that he's 45. The tournament in 2030, that's Portugal, Spain, and Morocco. Yeah, so his country will be hosting as part of the 3 host nations. But look, I think he should just.
I need someone to say this to Cristiano Ronaldo in Portuguese. Nipa baby wambe.
That's what I want to say.
So that he should rest.
Because he was tired. The football they played, it was. You see, the over reliance on him cost the Portuguese team. Yeah.
And I saw some stats that he's had the most shots. Without any assist.
So he did 3 goals at this tournament. He didn't have an assist. But in fact, the thing about him is that every World Cup he's actually scored. From 2006 to this year's World Cup, he's actually scored. So, but I think the competition itself, that's what has eluded him. And I think he would have to. I just think that you have to maintain the
mentality and his attitude, his character towards discipline, working hard and all. But I think there is time where you walk on.
I quickly want to run you through the stats.
Please
the goals.
Do that.
So in 2006, he did 6 games. He scored 1 goal. 2010, he did 4 games. He scored 1 goal, 1 assist. 2014, he did 3 goals, 1 goal, 1 assist. 2018, he did 4 games. He scored 4 goals.
Awesome.
0 assists. 2022, he did 5 games. He scored 1 goal, 0 assists.
0 assists.
2026, he did 5 games. He scored 3 goals, 0 assists. So in total, he has 11 goals and 2 assists at the World Cup in 6 World Cup appearances. Like I said, one of 2 players who have played at all 6. Let's give it to Ororo. Don't worry, the World Cup will come in 2030.
And yes, soon. Those who are rejoicing, they say they have used, the su to do suya.
No, but I mean, it's what it is. But for Spain, it means their quest
to sharpen their quest for greater glory, isn't it?
That would be a second World Cup after winning it in 2010. Wow. After they won it in 2010, they've also been struggling to come closer or repeat that feat. 2010, they beat Netherlands by 1-0. Right. But this current crop managed by Luis de la Fuente, he knows this team very well because he worked with a large chunk of these players at the under 20 and 23 level, and some of them were promoted, including Lamine Yamal, Marco Correa, Paul Kubasi, and a few other players. So I mean, they are still one of the favorites to win it.
Right.
Let's see how they fare in the quarters, because now we're getting to separate the boys from the men. And then we'll say
there's France in there.
Yeah, France in there, Norway, England, Spain are through. Morocco will take. Argentina will take on Egypt today.
Gosh.
Yeah, and then we'll see what's up with them.
Are we saying the Pharaohs are coming back soon or what?
It's a difficult test. Football. It's a difficult test for Egypt, but it's football.
It's football. Anything can happen.
But look, the Argentinian team have got quality all over spread, and all departments from goalkeeper to forward, Martinez to Messi. And I like what they've done with Messi at this year's World Cup. They've limited him to picking up the ball from deep spaces, running through, breezing past players like they don't exist. Now what he's doing more is just lurking around the box. And then you have players like Enzo Fernandez, Rodrigo De Paul, working out the players to him. And then he scores. You can look at the goals he scored against Capo Verde. There was a long pass from Lisandro Martinez. He takes a beautiful touch, first touch clean, and the second touch is a goal. That's what he's done. And you see, that speaks about the talent. Look, I call him the demigod.
But the United States, though, they are out, are they not?
Sally, look.
Donald Trump, how is
Donald Trump, he should leave the football alone.
He confirmed that he had had a conversation with the
I think he exposed himself. The understanding of the football. Leave the football. What he did prior to the game actually put pressure on the USA, especially for the player himself, for Lauren Balogun and Pochettino and the other players. The USA team, in terms of quality on paper, they are an okay team. I thought Belgium wasn't going to be a match for them, because if you look at the quality, I think all on the same level. But look, that game they played against.
Trump's stuff put pressure.
Yeah,
on
even
the
if you
US
want to
team,
put
right?
that out, I don't think that they played the best of football against Belgium. And the first 2 goals they conceded from De La Qatari, just condemned them. So look, out of the tournament, it means that for the USA, all the 3 host nations are out. So Canada, Mexico, and also the USA.
All put together.
Yeah.
They will be watching.
And Belgium have been beating them for a while, because the statistics said that in the last 5 games that they played, Belgium had won all 4. In fact, they played them in a friendly game. I think Belgium beat them by 5-2. Wow. And then the last World Cup in 2018, Belgium beat them by 3-1. So it was always coming. The only time they beat Belgium was in 1930.
1930.
When Uruguay hosted the World Cup and they beat Belgium by 2-1. So that result was always coming.
Interesting. What are the games today, Gabi?
Yeah, so today, let me quickly check. Yeah, so the Argentina game, it's one to look for.
Against Egypt.
Yes.
What time is that?
That game, I just quickly hold on for me. Okay. Yeah, so it's at 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
Argentina taking on Egypt at 4 p.m. And then Switzerland will be taking on Colombia, the people who kicked us out of the tournament.
They got kicked out.
Yeah, easy. Switzerland will be taking on Colombia at 10 p.m.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, the final game for today.
Okay.
At the that game is happening all the way in Canada, in Vancouver.
All right.
Yes, at the BC Place, Vancouver.
A Bontin brother.
Yeah, man.
Gabi Ofe.
You be the senior Bontin.
No, you sport there. I chose this Kadashi cry.
Charlie, the money finishes. So if you get hungry, you forgive me, I'll go take.
That was kick off.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on a promise, cause we are number 1. Let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's go, we improve your life. Let's go, let's go, let's go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's go, we improve your life.
These days, some mattresses are being made from all kinds of unsafe materials that are not fit for sleeping surfaces. These materials may be cheap, but they can be harmful to your health. If you haven't slept well, you cannot work and think well, and you are ultimately putting your health at risk, which can cause you a lifetime discomfort and chronic pain. As responsible citizens, we should invest in safe, durable, and certified mattresses. Latex Foam remains the tried and tested brand we all love for almost 60 years now. They offer you unmatched quality and durability for every Ghanaian home. Talk to them on 0302-231-155 in Accra and 03220-29365 in Kumasi for all your inquiries, or walk into any of their outlets nationwide for your preferred choices. Do not settle for less. Go for quality, but Latex Foam, or else you do yourself. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Careful, Charlie. Turn up small, make it pass the door. Yes, like that. Yo, my guy, what happened? Hey, you get new TV. Charlie, major upgrade for the tournament season. Oh, this your TV there. The only way I go watch matches for your house. Oh. How much you buy them? I don't buy them. I win them from the Samsung Win Big promo. Hey, you make serious? How? Simple. I buy my Samsung Galaxy phone from an authorized dealer. Where I visit www.samsung.txtghana.com. Where I enter my details to enter the draw. Then boom, I win this 85-inch Samsung TV. Charlie, way more prices to do. Galaxy phones, tablets, watches, fridges, washing machines, and more every week. Then I go buy Samsung with that.
This promo is on from now till July 3rd. Buy a Samsung Galaxy device and stand the chance to win exciting Samsung prizes every week. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Carters Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Improve your gum and oral health with the new Nesta mouthwash from Ernest Chemists Limited. Nesta mouthwash comes in original and fresh mint for the treatment of bleeding or irritated gums, mouth ulcers, maintenance of oral hygiene, prevention of bad breath and plaque. Nesta mouthwash, great oral hygiene, long-lasting freshness. Available in pharmacies nationwide. Manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited.
Everybody is a winner in the Ungalicious Abiwa promo. Over 4 million worth of cash and prizes to be won. Just look out for the special Ungalicious promo packs. Submit 20 Unga powder promo sachets and 20 Unga shrimp tablets promo wrappers at any Unga redemption center near you and receive your scratch card. Scratch to review your unique code. Send to *713*27# and win instantly. Cash prizes up to 200,000 Ghana cedis, deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more. Promo runs from 15th April to 15th July 2026. Hurry, don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking for a location that gives your business a competitive edge? Dawa Industrial Zone offers world-class facilities, direct access to major trade hubs, and a thriving business ecosystem. Whether you are setting up in the manufacturing, logistics, or services, our ready-to-use industrial spaces and supportive policies make expansion easy. Visit www.diz-ghana.com or call 055-20-40,000. Dawa Industrial Zone, where businesses thrive.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City 97.3. Accra.
I'll be glad when I get inside the house.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me, thou rod with me. Rastafari, I can't forget you, naughty dread, you're up in here. I gotta respect that, you know what I'm saying? Light is in the air. Enemy on the borderline. Who'll be the next to fire? 41 shots by the Diallo side. You said he reached, sir, but he didn't have no peace, sir. But now he rests in peace, sir, in the belly of the beast, sir. You guys are vampires in the middle of the night, sucking on human blood. Is that your appetite? You said he reached, sir, but he didn't have no peace, sir. But now he rests in peace, sir, in the belly of the beast, sir. Have you ever been shot 41 times? Have you ever screamed and no one heard you cry? Have you ever died only so you can live? Have you ever lived only so you can die again, then be born again from these enemies on the borderline? Who'll be the next to fire? 41 shots by the hollow side. You said he reached, sir, but he didn't have no peace, sir. But now he rests in peace, sir, in the belly of the beast, sir. You guys are vampires in the middle of the night, sucking up human blood. Is that your appetite?
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
But he didn't have no peace, sir. But now he rests in peace, sir, in the belly of the beast, sir. Diallo, Diallo, similar to Stephen Biko. Diallo, Diallo, you told me the murder was an error. Diallo, Diallo, but every man will be judged. still taken to her dark place. We're not even trying to
Citi 97.
what is for Caesar, let it be for Caesar. 'Cause we don't want no peace, we want equal rights and justice. For Diallo, Diallo, similar to Stephen Biko. Diallo, Diallo, you tell me that the murder was an error. Diallo, Diallo, but every man will be judged. Diallo, Diallo, according to his word. You know what? You told me that I wouldn't understand. The nights are long and the streets are very old. Survival of the fittest, only the strong will survive. How can I survive with 41 shots by my side? You guys are in the middle of the night, killing innocent people. Is that your appetite? Oh, you said he reached her, but he didn't have no peace, sir. But now he rests in peace, sir, in the belly of the beast, sir. You guys are vampires in the middle of the night, sucking out human blood. Is that your appetite? You said he reached her, but he didn't have no peace, sir. And now he rests in peace, sir, in the belly of the beast. Take a shot for Diallo, Diallo, similar to Stephen Biko. Diallo, Diallo, I can hear your spirit calling. I can hear it. Diallo, Diallo, 10,000 chariots with no rider. Diallo, Diallo, they on their way to America. I hear the tribe singing, they say yes. Diallo, 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 yo tuye party to this moment. So you get listen to your
$7:37 on the City Breakfast Show. Wyclef Jean's tribute to Amadou Diallo. City Breakfast Show. Lots of birthdays on the 7th day of July 2026. And so let's say a good morning and a happy birthday to a couple of our listeners this morning. Bernard, please wish a blessed happy birthday to Elder Mrs. Gertrude Adjoa Ohini Asienim. May she have an awesome year ahead. This is from Solomon and the entire events committee of the Ghana Police Church. To Elder Mrs. Gertrude Adjoa Ohini Asienim. Happy birthday to my son Cyril Ni Otuham Evans Chinri. May God bless, protect, and guide him to his expected end in all he does. This is from your daddy. Yeah, so Cyril Ni Otuham Evans Chinri. Happy birthday to you from dad. I want to wish my last baby girl Aram Vida Ameyapo a happy 3rd birthday anniversary. May God bless and protect her from her mom Veronica Yele Kayin and dad Alex Ameyapo of Teshinungwa Estates. Help me wish my head pastor Reverend Prosper Amewose of Liberty Assemblies of God Church Ashima Newtown a happy birthday. Pray the Lord grant him the faith of our fathers as he leads the church. Dad, happy birthday, we love you so much. Veronica Anomdako, Compliance Enforcement Manager, SNIT. Happy birthday to you. You are the Accra South Area Compliance Enforcement Manager. Veronica Anomdako, a listener of the City Breakfast Show. Happy birthday to you. Happy 40th to my beautiful wife and mom, Mrs. Rosemond Etona Mababio Agbanu of Consolidated Bank. Today, we celebrate the incredible woman who fills our lives with strength, love, kindness, and endless care. You are the heart of the family, the one who holds us together. Thanks for all the sacrifices you make. May your dream come true. May your dreams come true. Coming in from 4 people who love you: Tori, Lori, Dory, and your husband Achu. Tori, Lori, Dory, and your husband Achu. Happy birthday to Rosemary Etonam Ababio Agbanu of Consolidated Bank.
Tori, Lori, Dory.
I tell you. Happy birthday to Mrs. Margaret Ejakwaba on the occasion of your 80th. Your love, faith, wisdom, and unwavering devotion to your family have been enduring. From your husband, your daughters, your sons-in-law, and your grandchildren, to Margaret Ejakwaba. All right,
Bernard.
Yes.
I want to ask a question.
All right, go ahead.
Is there anybody responsible for the management of garbage in our country?
Yes, I'll answer the question, but let me do one before I do that.
It's a very important question.
I'll answer it. I have the full answer. Extend birthday greetings to Honorable Andy Apia Kubi, former MP of Asante Akim North, from the Holy Family and his colleagues, 7th and 8th Parliament. I hope he understands the message I'm reading. From the Holy Family and his colleagues in the 7th and 8th Parliament.
And this is Honorable.
And the Apia could be coming from Honorable Suleiman.
Yeah, be like everybody know themselves.
Former Ahafano North MP.
Yeah.
To Andy Apia Kubi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So happy birthday to Andy Apia Kubi. And
let me add one quickly to Emmanuel Techimenson, popularly known as Money, my brother-in-law. Happy birthday to you. You're a great guy. This is from Sabina, Sylvia, Stella, and Susan, as well as the rest of the family. They celebrate you so much. You're a great guy. God bless you for your godly example. Money.
All right. There's a voice note which sort of adds more meat to your question.
Okay.
So this is one of this guy, he lives some far place behind a dental salon. So when he's coming to work, he always sends me voice note.
Okay.
So sometimes I play it. So then we just drop it.
Beautiful.
Vomit. Then good morning. I think we have accepted and agreed to the certain our drains and agriculture. One thing we want them to do, we're also pleading of them to do, is that they should provide trucks that will immediately carry the sand or the fruit in the gutters away. We don't want our effort to come to a knot when we have visited the gutters, and these things will remain by the roadside and get back into the drains. This thing has become a common trend. With the silt, and the next day, everything goes back into the gutters. We are seeing the rainy season, and we wouldn't want the situation where we would see the gutters and they will go back. They will get back into the drains. So please, we are begging of them. Vehicles, trucks must be available. Trucks must be available. Thank you.
Trucks must be available. Trucks must be available. But we have not even finished. You know, we called last week Monday for a cleanup exercise. I think we made that call here. And the government has responded by declaring Friday and Saturday cleanup days. Friday for the assembly, Saturday for the rest of us. Now, this listener is saying that when we do this desilting and clearing of garbage, we put it on the road and the water sweeps it back in. So he wants trucks. Okay. But that's not the full story. There's a bigger question that you are asking. So it's not even the lack of trucks. It's even if you put the garbage in a truck.
Where?
You know, when they are playing football, sometimes I'll be watching my auntie and the Ghanaian will hit the ball and say, Tuhu. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, that's
Have you heard Tuhu? So this one, the question is to where? When we put the garbage in the truck, the question is to where?
To where?
I'll deal with that today. Let me take you to Amasaman. So it turns out that as we speak, there is probably just one properly sanctioned landfill site in Accra, which is near decommissioning, is the one at Boom. This landfill site I'm coming to play a voice clip on, apparently it's not even a properly sanctioned landfill site. But let's hear the residents. They are saying that they are residents of a place called Adekopa Sonitra, near Amasaman. They are saying the landfill site is not being managed well at all. Residents spoke to us saying that they feared. I thought that was quite interesting. They didn't want their real voices to be put on air, so we had to treat their voice. I don't know why anybody speaking about landfill sites will be concerned.
People have interest, my very commercial interest.
So they spoke to us. So their voices will sound some way, but you just endure. Okay.
Residents say the situation has worsened in recent weeks after waste collection tricycles were redirected to the landfill following the closure of other dam sites due to recent flooding. They allege that broken down equipment has left long queues of waste-laden tricycles blocking access roads, making it difficult for people to enter or leave the community. Here is a resident who spoke on condition of anonymity, lamenting the impact of the refuse site.
The only thing we are complaining about is the management of the boys who bring the waste to the dump sites. Now, they've blocked all our roads. Residents have no way to exit their homes.
Residents also claim waste leaking from the stationary tricycles has attracted maggots, mosquitoes, and rats, raising fears of a growing public health risk.
There are homes here. There are children being raised here. And we have to deal with this mismanagement from the dump site operations, which is wrong. So we are calling on every official, government official, is the EPA, the assembly, whoever, NADMO, whoever, can help narrow this down, help them be aligned with the people in the neighborhood.
All right, so that was Emmanuel Opong's report, and there's a big conversation to be had. Sky, please repeat your question to me this morning.
I'm asking that in this republic,
yes,
is there anybody responsible for garbage?
Okay.
Now, Bernard,
is there a what do you know question? What are the possible answers? I will try and answer. Give us 5 minutes to write that. Who is in charge of waste management or garbage collection in Ghana?
In Ghana.
Okay, so number one, which part of Ghana is the question?
First of all, the national capital is a big deal.
So who is in charge of waste management in Accra?
In Accra.
How many minutes do you want me to answer the question?
You have 5 minutes to answer the question. So you have to think about it properly.
I'm thinking through. So who is in charge of waste management in Accra?
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm writing.
You're writing. So first of all, you have the local government ministry, which should have jurisdiction.
Your question
now. No, I'm just asking. I'm giving you the. You said you asked for possible answers, right?
You a guide.
Yes, so I'm guiding you.
Yes. You're answering your
the local government ministry is there, which is responsible for the whole country, managing all kinds of spaces, local government, all of those things. Yeah. Then you have the regional coordinating council, headed by the honorable member for the Shire of Sudoku constituency, Honorable Okulu.
The regional minister.
Yes. Then you have the local assemblies, or the MCs, DCs, whoever they are also there, right? Then you have the sub-metros. They are also there in the space. Then you have the interior ministry.
You've answered your question.
You have the lands ministry.
Land ministry.
Oh, of course. I mean, because the lands that we dispose these things on, they must have some concerns here and there. Okay. Then the Environmental Protection Agency is also there. Then the Ministry of Health. Because, Bernard, all of these things work together to create a nice outbreak of cholera, typhoid, and all these communicable diseases that can create problems for all of us. So while you are thinking about how to properly answer the question, I have received a message from my good friend, Mr. Young, who was driving past 37 Military Hospital yesterday. And somehow in front of this hospital, which is not far from the presidency,
37
military hospital in front of before you get to the runabout, the median there.
Yeah.
I've been complaining about this. Somehow people are still dumping refuse there in front of the hospital.
The median in front of the hospital.
Yes.
Exactly. Just before if you are driving towards the airport, before you get to I don't know the name of the runabout, you see it in the median before you get to the traffic light. Sitting there, refuse.
Do they do it in the day or at night?
Well, the point is that you find the refuse there. Now you ask yourself, you are driving from Kotoka International Airport, you are entering Ghana. You are coming to visit President John Dramani Mahama or the Vice President or whoever you are coming to visit. The first thing you see, apart from all the people begging and doing all kinds of things on the road, is refuse sitting not far away from the presidency.
No, forget about presidency. The fact that it's near a hospital is a big challenge.
Yeah, I understand that. But you see, when you punch it like that, they understand it better.
But also because of the airport. So that's the entry into a country.
But forget about foreigners thing. We ourselves who are working here,
at least
shouldn't this be a problem for us?
You see, at least if we have become accustomed to it,
we should have some shame.
We should have some shame and say that okay, people are coming to visit us.
All right. So, Sky, the truth is that
before you come to that, then the second one. You know, over the last few months, we've been talking about Boboya collecting garbage. They don't know where to dispose it off and all of that. Yesterday, a good friend of mine, Abi, sent me a message about the Achimota station, behind the Achimota station. She sent a video of Aboboyas, if I can call them that. Streams upon streams, queue upon queue. They are headed to a downsite, which we are told is not even properly.
It's a waste transit center.
Waste transit.
So there's a waste transit center behind the Achimota lorry station.
Okay.
A waste transit
center. What does that mean? So they put it there for some time and move it later?
No. So you see, because the landfill sites are not within the city.
Okay.
The idea was that you will put up waste transit centers within urban areas where waste is sent and sorted. So smaller vehicles will send their waste to these waste transit centers, and the waste transit center will repurpose and rearrange the waste, fill the bigger trucks with the waste, and send to the final use. The ones that have to be recycled will be recycled. So the waste transit center is choked because the final destination of the waste, either the landfill site is decommissioned, is full, or is inaccessible.
I see.
So what you are seeing from what Abigail sent you is a queue of Aboboyas going to a waste transit center. But the waste transit center can't cope with the volumes coming because it cannot empty what it has received.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's not like the Aboboya are just too many. There is not enough. So we have a landfill crisis in Accra as I talk to you. We have a landfill crisis in Accra as I speak to you. I don't think there's a properly functioning landfill site in this town. When I started doing this radio program in 2005, 2004, one of my first shows I did was at Oblogo. Oblogo had a major landfill site, decommissioned.
I remember that.
Then there was a landfill site at Pantan. When you're driving from Pantan to Abokobi, that landfill site has been decommissioned. Indeed, people have even filled part of it and built houses.
Around it.
They've built houses around that landfill site. The main landfill site in Accra is at Boom. For many months, it was inaccessible because the road was difficult to get to. They did some work on it. As I speak to you, it's near decommissioning. Then there's the Amasam. Indeed, there are people who send illegal refuse collection. They send refuse to the Malam side, which caused traffic some weeks back. That Malam place is not an official landfill site. It is illegal. Then people are sending refuse to this Amasaman place that I just did a report on, which also is not a properly sanctioned landfill site, which is why you will see people leave refuse at 37, at Tiptoe Lane, or in different parts of Accra, because access to the landfill site is either too difficult or it's just too far.
Okay.
And therefore, this situation she's pointing you to is more like a symptom of a bigger problem.
Here's what she says. Good morning. Could you please look into the sanitation situation behind the Achimota bus station, particularly around the Zoom Park transfer station? You say the transit, station. For several days now, hundreds of refuse-laden mini trucks and tricycles have been stranded here. reportedly due to congestion at the transfer station. As a result, waste is no longer being collected from surrounding communities, leaving homes with piles of uncollected garbage and creating a serious public health concern. Residents are becoming increasingly frustrated and are appealing to the relevant authorities to intervene urgently to avoid possible crisis. This would make an important issue to highlight on your breakfast show.
We are highlighting it today, but I will come back to your question to see if I have possible answers. I will also speak to a landfill expert because apparently there are people like that whose work is into landfills. But the challenge is that we have a landfill crisis in Ghana. And so the reason why this particular place is choked is because there's nowhere else to send the boiler, which brings to question Saturday and Friday, right? If you have a landfill crisis and you're doing a cleanup exercise, where will the refuse end?
I have a question.
Please go ahead.
So, with the exposure of the rains and how our cities appear not to be managed or poorly managed, is it too soon and is it fair to ask the president to intervene and perhaps crack the whip? His appointees appear to be struggling with the task, especially the local government minister. And I say this with the greatest of respect, as well as his team of MMDCEs. Can we see some of these appointments revoked? Because if it appears that they cannot deal with the arduous task of running the cities, and I don't say this only because of the sanitation crisis that we face. We are I don't know what is worse than a crisis. We don't know where we are going to put our refuse because we are told that the places are getting full. We've seen streams of aboboyas packed along with all sorts of substances, clearly toxic, emanating from the heaps of rubbish that they are carrying. Our cities are flooded. People have turned water bodies and storm drains into refuse sites. Okay. And if you go back months ahead, we talked about the transportation crisis, which solution we're told was going to be importation of additional buses. But our conversation with David Ofosu clearly showed that that's not the solution. The assemblies need to intervene and control from routing to even fares that are collected. It doesn't appear, in my opinion, that the city authorities, the managers of our cities, either appreciate the work at hand or are doing anything. We don't see any urgency coming from them. A lot of the talk is coming from central government. But what about the devolved government, the decentralized government? In my opinion, the president has to intervene and take some action, revoke the appointments of those who are not performing, and starting from the local government minister to the MMDCEs that are failing.
When we get into the details of the landfill crisis, you'll probably get more evidence to support your claim or your demand this morning. But let me do a couple of things before this. Time is 7:57. If you're between age 11 and 15, or you have a ward between those ages, this is the chance for them to become Ghana's #1 pre-secondary student. The Literacy Challenge 2026 is on, and they could win 10,000 CDs, a laptop, and national recognition. This year's topic, in not less than 600 words, write a letter to the Minister for Education as a youth consultant discussing the advantages and disadvantages of the use of AI in education, advice on how Ghana can effectively integrate AI into basic schools to improve teaching and learning while ensuring that students in rural and underserved communities are not left behind. Your essay must be handwritten, endorsed by a parent, guardian, or teacher, and must include your full contact details. And submit your entries by 20th July to the front desk of Channel 1 TV, PO Box GP 14123, Accra Central. You may also call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge is powered by Citi FM with support from Channel 1 TV, sponsored by Prospectus Ghana Limited, SIC Insurance, and Advocate Publishing. All right, the Ghana Association of Banks is urging you to be wary of fraudsters who may sound professional and confident and convincing, asking you to confirm your account details to help resolve a supposed problem or secure your account. Remember, no bank will ever ask for your PIN, password, or OTP over the phone, email, or elsewhere. If a caller asks for this information, do not share it. End the call immediately and contact your bank using your bank's official phone number only. This is brought to you by the Ghana Association of Banks. In a world moving towards sustainability, SuperSem is leading the way with LC3 technology and eco-friendly innovation, making us Ghana's best choice. Our SuperSem Superfast 32.5R is good for plastering, mortar screeding, and block laying. Our heavy-duty SuperSem Superpower 42.5R is for durable foundations, coastal works, and high-rise structural works. SuperSem dries fast, is waterproof, and prevents moisture damage and powdery walls. Call us on 0553 060517. SuperSem, build your dream. And do you know that SNIT pensioners can now engage a qualified healthcare professional from the comfort of their homes? SNIT, in partnership with the Trust Hospital and the National Health Insurance Authority, has introduced the National Telehealth Service to provide convenient access to healthcare pensioners. With this service, pensioners can consult a doctor or healthcare professional remotely for medical advice, routine health concerns, and follow-up care without the stress of traveling to a hospital. To access the service, simply dial the toll-free number 0800 877 555. Take advantage of this initiative designed to support your health and well-being. Telehealth service, quality healthcare at your convenience. All right, so we're going to bring you tech and social media trends this morning, and Mr. Kuda is the one who's going to do that for us this trip. All right, Caleb, you're already here, so I want to say good morning.
Yes, Bernard, tech and social media trends is brought to us by Telecel. Now, one of the things that has been trending since yesterday, of course, when we look at the World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo's Portugal lost to Spain yesterday, so they'll be going home. It's led to conversations again. People are debating the status of the GOAT and whether or not this brings an end to Cristiano Ronaldo's dreams to winning the World Cup, right? This is the 6th time Portugal has been there, where he has been with Portugal at the World Cup, but yesterday they lost to Spain. So that's one thing. And of course, the role of our national coach and the debate about whether or not he stays has also been in the conversations. You know, when he shared that cryptic message on social media, many interpreted that to mean that he had resigned. But we've seen conversations back online that, look, the government is engaging him to extend his contract following what seems to be his impressive performance in the short time handling the national team. So that conversation is a thing that is ongoing online. People are discussing that. And then one story that came up that's gotten a lot of people talking is the story of a schoolboy who got inflicted with a machete wound. There was a reading exercise in their school, and this gentleman was fondling his senior's breast.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah, that's the story we got. So that led to the lady obviously feeling harassed, warning the gentleman to stop what he was doing, but nothing she will say will stop him from engaging in that particular activity. So he ended up inflicting the boy's hand with a machete wound.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the family of the boy...
Yes.
I mean, the lady inflicted the gentleman.
You said he.
Oh, no, apologies. So she inflicted a machete wound on the gentleman's wrist.
I call it a chance to tomorrow.
Yeah, we are told that.
A chance to tomorrow.
Tomorrow again. So the gentleman's parents showed up at the school. The boys' parents showed up at the school, and they had complained about the authorities not being proactive after he was inflicted with the wounds. They thought that the school should have done more to get him some care. So that's one thing that's got
the school should have taken him to a hospital.
Yeah,
I think according to the story, he was rushed to a hospital for treatment. Yes, and it raises all kinds of issues about, first of all, who was supervising the said exercise, because because they said the school was overgrown with some weed and he needed to deal with it. It's in the central region. I don't recall.
A lot of these schools.
So did you just leave the kids out there to do their own thing, or the children out there?
Were they being supervised?
And then also, are there policies on how you report these matters? If a student in a school feels harassed by, either male, female, whatever it is there an office or a headmaster, a teacher responsible for receiving these complaints? And what is the protocol for dealing with them? Because on this particular matter, the fact that according to the story, the lady, the girl had repeatedly said, don't do it, and yet he allegedly pressed on, and this resulted in bloody outcome. I think this is completely
the whole point about supervision in schools is critical.
So I think the boys' injuries and how the school deals with it is present, but even what is more worrying for me is the safety of female students. Okay, I'm wondering the kind of discipline regime in the school for a male student to feel
confident enough
to do this.
And this is a senior.
And the girl is his senior.
Supposedly.
To do this to somebody who is supposedly your senior, and despite her caution, you continue to do that. I think I would respectfully want to draw the parents' attention to how they're also raising their son, because the school is not a jungle. It's not a place for you to go and exert your sexual fantasies or your desires. You have to respect the agency of the next person. You have to respect the humanity of the next person.
Has the school made a statement?
It will be interesting to hear from that on the school. I'm interested in the disciplinary system that they run and their policies.
Just to mention that, you see, that's why in our culture, for instance, there's an expression, Jimakla and Klamase. You see, Jimakla means that your parents have not raised you properly, right? Klamase means that your parents made all the efforts they needed to have made, yet you did not pay attention. So while it may be a legitimate concern, there should be room to sometimes allow parents some space to breathe, because in some cases they've done everything they needed to have done as parents, and kids just decide to go wayward.
Well, in tech news, Australia's teen social media ban fails to clear first hurdle in age checks. And so there's a study that's published on Reuters this morning. Platforms sought no age proof for any of 50 test accounts declaring age 16. Now, we are told that regulators say layered checks remain sufficient if platforms implement them correctly, and advisors are saying original trial overlooked false birth dates circumvention by under 16-year users. So they are trying to implement this. If you're below 16, you're not getting access to social media, but some of the people are cheating, so they are not able to actually get the real age of the teens. So that's one thing that's making the news. In tech news, Australia's teen social media ban is failing to clear first hurdle, which is age checks.
So we should watch and learn.
You can't tell what your baby will become or what his interest will be. You can provide your growing babies with yummy goodness. Yumvita is a delicious cereal for your baby. Oh yeah, older ones love it too. Yumvita is filled with yummy goodness for growing babies and is available in other yummy variants. Yumvita, a delicious way to grow. This advert is FDA approved.
Ufie betimi adani baby a upebia. Ebetimi adani stadium. Hey, what a strike! Enough akwa yebu TV and computer game wo. Aha! Yenko Atoda, ebetimi adani classroom.
Madam, me pacho menti ase.
Yo, yen samfa subio. Ni wo he na wonti ase no.
Nini na.
Ebetimi adani office.
Aha, orders no ahe na ye ready. Okay, mundi kan fanko East Legon.
Ebetimi po, eswa ye fa ko a, ye hwehwemu wo.
Daddy, e dia na big bang theory.
Chen, mami bisa chat GPT.
Ubetimi amawufie adani baby a opese eyibia efise emfa ho ne ne opese oye wo fie MTN fiber betimi aboa amwaye nya 500 Mbps unlimited internet and ne bo no form a free 299 Ghana cedis echo for MTN fiber bra fie ana wadwuma mu ede call my MTN app no so ana say bo *5057# but check fiber availability no so ana say number e wo gen no na receive fiber broadband oh baby, what's in what? Not to be a naya.
MTN.
With the recent increase in electricity tariffs and fuel prices, power, although unreliable, has become expensive, and owning a noisy generator becomes a headache rather than luxury. For an affordable and durable electricity solution, you need to go solar with Translight. Feel the independence, experience the comfort, and be productive. Translight Solar. Wherever there is sunlight, there is Translight. Think solar. Think Translight. Locate us at 98 Boundary Road, East Legon, in between ARS and the American House at the White House bus stop. Visit our website at translightsolar.com. Call us on 0504 249 229 or 0206 542 454 or reach us through email info@translightsolar.com.
The contract is here, but my pocket flat like a football with no air.
Don't stress. That is why DCI Microfinance is here for you.
DCI? What magic can they do?
No magic, just real solutions. With your contract and LPO financing, you can deliver on time. And when you're waiting on payment, their invoice and certificate discounting puts cash in your hands quickly. Their loans are fast, simple, and reliable.
So no more borrowing for my father-in-law? Now, that's a blessing.
Exactly. Call them now on 0577 669346. DCI Microfinance. Miles beyond the extra.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
It's a glilo, a glinova. Glito to Adeli.
Should have blamed.
Upon the timing, Jello Papa, put it to the warrior number of Fokojo, program. I forgot you, that's Missilo. I forgot you, Mama, I can't have your man. We don't sound low. La Copa Macatama, Eco, Plata saw. Yo, Missy, Mabuna, Malaka, the Namimo, Antona, Maba, saw. Sabe banava ya poma na odo la mapuna mareko inosa tobiada koneba kojidi manya tomo batei makon yo misi ifya gava fo no kejo no sia no vatro fo kojo si mabuna mo aza kochima ngo no blaki de manya ojondo de
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Lucijo, hafi gavo, hafi foko jova suya kamato. Ajako klo, hadi ngui, gleana yiti hafi kokrona kwato. Afoko jo bajeto.
So the question this morning, the $1 million question Mr. Sky asked me, I'm still sweating to answer. So who is in charge of revenues in Accra? Is it local government? Is it the regional coordinating council? Is it MMDAs? Is it the sub-metros? Is it the EPA? Is it the Ministry of Lands? Is it the Ministry of which other one did you mention?
Land.
Plenty things. Ministry of Health, I didn't have the answer. What I do know though is that the MPA will this July host the GIPCON, which is the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, on 16th and 17th of July at the Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. The President will be there. Minister for Energy and Green Transition will be there, together with the CEO of MPA, CEO of Seaboard, and CEO of COMAC.
Right.
You can register for this event by calling 055-822-3678. Or go to gipcon.com for more information. Every thriving business started with someone who dared to dream. At Societe Generale Ghana, we believe those dreams deserve the right support. That's why from now till September, we're helping professionals and businesses access the the financing and banking solutions they need through our professional and small business loans promo. As a trusted partner to many businesses across the country, we bring the expertise, experience, and tailored solutions needed to help businesses thrive. Does your business need equipment or machinery to expand your operations? Our finance lead solution can help. Are you looking for working capital to take advantage of new opportunities? Our Boafo loan will support you grow. Or perhaps you are waiting for your customers to settle invoices. Our factoring and invoice discounting solutions can help you unlock cash tied up in receivables, while our businesses accounts provide the banking support your business needs to succeed. Whatever your business goals are, Societe Generale Ghana has the expertise and solutions to help you achieve them. You can go to societegenerale.com between now and September to learn more about the PBS loans promo and discover how we can support the next chapter of your business.
And one for you, one for me. It's feeding time. Young Vita infant cereal with milk is making feeding time easy, enriched with 16 essential vitamins and minerals. You only need to add previously boiled water. 3 exciting variants: sweet, rice, maize, all for an amazing price of 5 cedis 50 pesos. This is real value for money, affordable, nutritious, and convenient. Yum Vita, good nutrition for a strong start. Give your business the competitive edge it deserves at Dawa Industrial Zone, a world-class industrial park spread across over 2,000 acres of prime industrial land with modern infrastructure, strategic connectivity, and a thriving ecosystem of manufacturers, heavy industries, automotive industry, textile production businesses, logistics companies, food or agro-processing enterprises within a well-segmented industrial zone. Dawa Industrial Zone is the ideal destination for growth and expansion. Position your business for success in one of West Africa's fastest growing industrial hubs. 055 20 40,000 is the number to call today. Visit diz-ghana.com. Dawa Industrial Zone, where industry thrives. The Alexis University College is inviting you for world-class education, market-driven professional qualification. Come and top up your diploma for a bachelor's. We run courses from BSc, nursing, midwifery, human resource management, accounting, IT, applied science, applied insurance, risk and data analytics, and others. So find out more at thelexisuniversity.edu.gh. We are located at Tema Community 25, Peace B Junction. Admission is in progress. Call us now, 0551 198 100.
All right, let me go now and speak to Dr. Peter Kwe Dagadu. He is a landfills expert with the Jospon Group. He's now based in Nairobi, but he's in charge of their Africa operations. So he does know a thing or two about landfill sites. Doc, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Wonderful. So, I don't even know where to start from. Okay, how many landfill sites do we have in Accra? Maybe that's a good starting point. How many landfill sites do we have in the capital?
Well, within the footprint of the Greater Accra region, we have the Pom Dam site. But just outside, in the eastern region, we have another landfill site called the Adipa landfill that also services the Greater Accra region. So essentially, there are 2 major disposal sites servicing the entire Greater Accra region.
What is their capacity? Do you know how many tons they can take per day?
Well, for the dam site, the dam site is actually in its twilight period where it's actually full, exhausted, and within the next 6 months, it should be shut down. But the Adipa landfill is a 120-acre facility that can absorb up to 4,000 tons of waste a day.
And where is this Adipa? Which part of the eastern region is this?
It's just beyond in Sawam.
So which means that refuse collected in Accra either have to be sent to Pon or to Insawam, the outskirts of Insawam.
Yes, beyond that, there are also other facilities, other waste treatment facilities like the Accra Compost and Recycling Plant that also receives waste from the city of Accra.
Do we have enough landfill sites for the refuse we generate in Accra?
Well, this is an interesting question. As we speak now, these sites, especially the Adipa site, is a round trip from Accra to Adipa. It's around in excess of 40 kilometers. So it's quite very difficult for trucks service working within the Greater Accra metropolitan area to drive all the way to Adipa. And by driving, they are able to make just about a trip a day. So if assuming the landfill was located within the city, then they'll be able to, the turnaround time will be shorter and they'll be able to do more trips. That will result in a lot of collection within a particular cycle. But you now have these trucks traveling out of the region into another region just to dispose of waste. And this is what is also compounding the situation that we have right now.
You mentioned Accra compost and recycling plant. Where is that located? And does it take refuse from everybody else, or it's a specialized type of place?
Yeah, it takes refuse from everyone. But you see, the city of Accra now generates between 4,000 to 5,000 tons of waste a day. And there are a lot of bottlenecks within the whole value chain, especially in terms of collection, in terms of transfer, and then disposal. And this, when you combine these factors, create the situation that we find ourselves in now.
I do know that there are some waste transit centers. Indeed, a Texta sent a message that the waste transit center behind the Achimota lorry station had a lot of aboboya in queue, sort of trying to get access to the place, but it looks like the place is full. What is a waste transit center, and how does that play in the waste management chain?
Yes, for the purposes of collection and haulage optimization, transfer stations are central points where waste is supposed to be sent to and then consolidated into larger trucks and then driven out of the city to these landfill or treatment facilities. So essentially, transfer stations are like strategic hubs that receive waste from regular collection trucks, consolidate, and then transfer all the way to the landfill sites or treatment plants that are located beyond the city limits.
And how many of such transit centers do we have in Accra?
Currently, we have 2 operational transfer stations. Previously, we used to have about 6, but because we did not have funding for these particular sites, they had to be closed down. But the operators of Zoom Park and then the other ones are now trying to revive the operations. But these sites do not receive any funding, so they are not sustainable to keep their operations, and that has contributed to some of the challenges that we are facing now.
From the way they are conceptualized, where should the funding have come from? Is it from the people who send the waste there, or from the government or the municipal assembly? Who should have funded their operations?
Indeed, the funding should have come from the central government because there's serious under recovery when it comes to the operations of these facilities. What we pay for waste collection is not enough to sustain downstream operations that includes transfer stations as well as waste disposal. So the government must provide some form of support in that part of the value chain to ensure sustainability, and that has not been the case, unfortunately, over the years.
Good. So, is it fair to say Accra has a landfill crisis? Because Adipa is 40 kilometers from Accra, it's in the eastern region, and if you look at the majority of households depend on aboboya or tricycles. Now, I'm not sure how, in the absence of these waste transfer centers, a tricycle can make a trip from Weja or Adenta or Adabraka to Adipa. How many trips can he make in a day to make how much money? So it doesn't seem to me as if the large population of Accra's refuse will ever get to Adepa. Even if it would, it probably needs a bigger truck. So, I mean, it seems to me as if there's a challenge there. Am I construing this properly?
Yes. As a matter of fact, there's an acute disposal crisis within the city of Accra as we speak now. The city has largely relied, apart from these sanctioned disposal sites of both dam site and Adepa, the city has relied on illegal dam sites. There's one at Takaway near Men's Chrome in that McCarthy Hill enclave. There's one at Glefe, the Sonitra pit beyond Amasaman. And these illegal dam sites over the past 5 years has supported waste management within the city of Accra. But over the past few weeks, the city authorities have closed down these dam sites, these illegal dam sites. Some of them are located in very environmentally sensitive areas and has caused them to be shut down. For instance, the one opposite McCarthy Hill is within a Ramsar site and has compounded the flooding situation within the Ablekuma South and North enclave, and has resulted in that site being closed down. And because of that, as a result of that, these light collection vehicles of Abobo Yaya are now resorting to these transfer points, and that has created the bottlenecks that we are seeing now.
So, when you say an illegal dump site, that suggests that a landfill site is a term of art with specifications on how it is managed. So, what is the difference between a properly managed landfill site like Adepa and the one at Amasaman, Sanitra, or whatever, or Glefe? What's the difference between a proper one and an illegal one?
A legal landfill is a sanitary landfill designed to receive waste. So the design takes care of any environmental issues that the waste may create. So it is designed to ensure that there's no groundwater contamination. It has gas capturing systems to ensure that we don't have any form of explosion. And there are operational controls to ensure that on a daily basis we don't have litter or we don't have any form of issues that will result in any public or environmental health problems for surrounding communities. When you look at illegal dam sites like what you have in Glefe, it's located in an ecologically sensitive zone, close to the beach. So sometimes when there's flooding, you have some of the waste moving and spilling into the sea. There are no operational controls there, so they don't have any form of equipment. Don't have professionals running these particular facilities. So it's just a way to just make money by some people within these communities, even though it eventually serves the purpose of ensuring that waste is moved from households to a controlled location. But there are no controls in these illegal dam sites as compared to these sanitary landfills or controlled landfill sites.
So who creates a landfill and who manages it?
Well, for landfills, the central government will need to give you a dispensation to operate a landfill. So you need an environmental permit. You need to meet certain conditions or protocols before you're able to manage a landfill. You need you need personnel who are trained to do that. You need specialized equipment to do that. And of course, you need a funding to support such a large-scale operation. But for the illegal dam sites, they just find any space, maybe a water close to a water body or just an open space, and then they just do their business.
So which means that if the government decides to close they call it Adekopa Sonitra site and the Glefe site, as a professional landfill expert, you will agree that they should be closed because it will become an environmental hazard because it wasn't properly set up.
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it is because there are no operational controls, no environmental controls. So people who live within those locations really suffer. The whole area is always smoky because there's fire. Instead of using the right equipment, they just set fire to these facilities and the refuse burn. And once refuse is burning, there are several gases that are hazardous to human beings and so on and so forth. So landfills are very strategic and very sensitive locations that require professional attention, that need operational controls, environmental controls to ensure that waste is safely disposed of and will not create problems for people living nearby.
So for Greater Accra's population of 5 million, and looking at the land size and looking at the way Kasoa has extended the stemma, ideally, how many landfill sites would we need and which locations would be ideal for optimum waste disposal management?
Well, strategically, we have to go regional now. Currently, we have about 29 different MMDAs, and they all have responsibilities to take care of their waste management challenges or problems. But unfortunately, they do not even have the space or land to develop their own waste management facilities. So that is where the local government ministry will have to step up and then find ways and means to create regional waste management infrastructure that will be shared by all these MMDAs. So we can have one located strategically in the east, west, and then on the northern parts of the city or just beyond the city limits to ensure that we have access to these facilities. And these facilities can be accessed through a network of transfer stations that also need to be located within centrally located points within the city. As we speak now, we have a transfer station at Ajay Kojo. We have another transfer station at Teshinungwa in the greater area. There is another transfer station, which you mentioned, at Achimota beyond the transport terminal. There's another one that is located in Malam that is yet to be operationalized. And when that is done, it will be able to take care of that Weja Kaswa corridor, which is a very active corridor. We have a lot of development within that area, and that is where you find most of these illegal dam sites. So that particular transfer station would be a replacement to those particular illegal dam sites that are being closed now. As we speak now, that transfer station is being worked on, and I'm sure within the next 60 days it will be active and would significantly reduce some of the challenges that we are experiencing now.
So, Doc, from the way you've described the 4 transfer stations, it looks like those who set it up are contemplating the main outlets. So, Malam for the Weja Kaswa area, Achimota obviously for the Insawam corridor, Ajay Kojo will be for the Ashaiman Tema corridor, and Teshinungwa possibly as an alternative. Yet we have only one landfill site in Accra currently, which is Klone, and then the one at Adepa, which is so far away. Are there sites, because you've done this work, are there sites within Greater Accra or its outskirts amenable for a professionally managed landfill site that you can suggest to the regional coordinating council or the regional minister or the assemblies to consider?
In fact, about a month ago, there was a waste management dialogue at the Kempinski Hotel where I did a presentation on a 50-year waste infrastructural plan for the Greater Accra metropolitan area. And my company, Waste Landfills Company Limited, has invested in land banks across strategic points of the Greater Accra region. Now, we are actually competing with real estate developers when it comes to acquisition of land. So we are pushed further away from the city of Accra, where waste is generated mainly. But what we have done is to strategically buy land in certain areas just outside the city limits where we intend to develop to absorb some of these pressures that we have envisaged for the next 50 years. So we have strategically bought land in the Shire Usudoku district. We have land in the Adan West district, and we also have land in the Utu Senya district that we are developing to take care of some of these challenges that we we are seeing now. However, this would require sustainable financing, which is currently lacking now. I must emphasize that downstream sector of waste management has seen chronic underfunding over the past 20 years. And that is also what is manifesting now, because all the operators within the subsector are facing issues of serious under-recovery. And for us to be able to invest to deal with some of these challenges, we must be comforted by the fact that we would have sustainable financing to ensure that we can continue providing the services that are required.
I was reading ISE's report on waste management, and really, I thank you for your patience. I've been asking you a lot of questions, even though I didn't give you enough notice, so forgive me. ISE's waste management report identified 4 problems with waste and sanitation in Ghana. The 4th one was what they call the prevailing collect and dump model. Collect and dump, which they say overlooks the immense economic value locked within Ghana's waste stream. Do you agree with what they are saying? And can you explain it to normal people? Because it seems a bit complicated. When they say collect and dump, because it seems like that's what we do with Bola, right? You collect and we dump it. They are saying that that is not good and that it overlooks economic value in Ghana's waste stream. So please explain that, even though you don't work for them.
It essentially means that we must stop going linear and go circular. Collect and dump means we go linear, and in terms of our collection, in terms of our consumption, whatever we consume, we dump. But there's value in waste. So what they are suggesting that we should start moving towards waste treatment or the circular economy, where we try and recover what we can from the waste before we finally dispose. So we are looking at recovery, getting some waste to energy, where we can burn the waste, incinerate the waste, and get energy out of it, where we can compost the waste and then get some form of organic fertilizer out of the waste, where we can recycle some of the plastics that we generate to other useful products that will come back into the system. So instead of having a linear system, you have a closed loop, and you continue to reuse the materials that you consume instead of disposing of. So it just essentially means stop being linear and going circular.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know how to frame this question. I have lived in this city consciously for over 25 years. And I think the company you work for has also been here for a long time. When I traveled to the UK in 2008 for my master's, I spent just 14 months in that country. My dormitory had 4 dustbins. So when I come out of my room, I have a red dustbin, a brown dustbin, a blue dustbin, and a green dustbin. And each one color told me what I should do with my refuse. So I put my paper in the brown. I put organic waste in the another color. I think it's green. Then I put something else in another one. I mean, for 25 years since you guys have been in this town, I'm not sure we do recycling in Ghana. Is it that it's expensive? Is it that it's not necessary? Is it that citizens are not ready? Why haven't we been able to separate our waste and then you guys recycle it? What's the problem with that?
Bernard, it's a matter of policy. It's a matter of policy. If the government decides that we should start waste segregation, we should start waste separation, and there's enforcement, there are laws, there's a policy to back it, I think it's something that can be taken up. But for us as a business, it's a matter of economics. Providing 4 bins to a household is cost. Every bin costs about 600 to 700 Ghana cedis. As we speak now, what households are paying is just for collection. It's just we are paying around 100 to 120 cedis. A bin costs almost 700 to 800 Ghana cedis. How are you going to get your cost back? And how are you going to collect these separated waste? There must be some funding or financing to support it. For us, it's merely economics. If the numbers are right and we are being paid the right tariffs or the right fees, this is the way to go. But first of all, there must be we must be intentional. There should be a policy or regulation supported with enforcement to ensure some of these things to be done. And there should be behavioral change, of course.
So you're saying that even though recycling is feasible, if the government does not insist by way of policy that it be done, nobody's going to invest in it because they will not recover their cost if they did.
Yes, for now, because you need separate form of separate collection regimes to be able to deal with these separated fractions of waste. And it costs money to do that. So there must be some form of financing to ensure that it works. That is the first thing for us as a business. But for the households, there should be behavioral change. There should be education for people to understand that when you separate your waste, this is what happens to it, and these are the environmental benefits, which unfortunately research shows that people don't understand those benefits or the ramifications of that.
My colleague Caleb has a question for you.
Doc, good morning. I do know that the government of Ghana secured funding from the Africa Development Bank for the project by name the Greater Accra Sustainable Sanitation and Livelihood Improvement Project. That's GASLIP. And funding worth $55.6 million was secured towards the cost of Greater Accra. Of course, GASLIP, this project was to provide an engineered landfill site in Greater Accra. This was as far back as 2022. Can you provide any update on this particular project, what you know about it, and why we have not realized this project yet, please?
Yes, I know that as part of that particular project, there was supposed to be a landfill, an engineered landfill at Aida and Sakla in the Gassaut municipality. But there has been challenges in terms of financing that project. So that project, as we speak now, has been put on hold as we speak now. So that because that particular project is on hold, the pressure has been concentrated at the Adipa landfill as well as the Pondam site, which is almost exhausted.
By the way, does the Ashanti region have the same challenges we have in Accra? Because in Accra, you just explained nicely, Adipa is 40 kilometers away, Bon is nearly full. Do you know the situation in Kumasi? Are they struggling like the way we are struggling here too?
Yes, Kumasi also has similar challenges. Kumasi has also relied entirely on the OT landfill for waste disposal. Currently, that particular facility is also full, but thankfully there is an existing facility, the Kumasi Compost and Recycling Facility, that also has the capacity to handle more than 3,000 tons of waste a day. So the shift, currently all the operators are now using that particular facility, and that facility has the capacity to handle what is coming in now.
So you are with Waste Landfills Company Limited, and you are working in Kenya, helping them solve their sanitation problems. Meanwhile, exactly. The Accra that you are from, there's even Bola at 37. Everywhere there's Bola. So, I mean, what are you doing? Why have you left your country and have gone to Kenya to be working for them when we have reps you said that you can help us manage?
Yeah, my company is working currently with the Nairobi city government to introduce a modern waste management system for the city. And we've just started, we are currently in our 4th month, helping them to transform the city of Nairobi when it comes to waste management. But we are still, as I mentioned, we have a 50-year infrastructural plan for the Greater Accra metropolitan area that we've shared with the local government ministry and other stakeholders. In fact, Caleb emceed that particular program about a month ago. So we started engaging the local government ministry, and I hope something good will come out of that.
So your company is made progress with the Nairobi City Authority. Meanwhile, in Ghana, yes, we are still hustling to. We don't know where we are passing in Ghana.
That's quite interesting, but there's a way out.
By the way, how is Nairobi, since we are on the call, because I read a story in the Daily Nation yesterday, and the headline, it was a video on the Daily Nation, their front page website. They said, waste is a resource, but why is Nairobi dirty? Yeah. That's the headline from yesterday's Daily Nation. I'm not sure they know you are in town when they wrote that story, because they said waste is a resource, but Nairobi is dirty. Is that why they sent you there to go and do that work?
Yes, essentially that's why we are here. We are actually in our 3rd month. And what we are doing now is legacy waste evacuation. So we are evacuating. They have about 115 illegal dump sites spread over the city. That is why the city is dirty. So we are helping them to evacuate this waste. And whilst we are doing that, we are setting up a 3,600 ton a day waste treatment facility that would handle all waste that will be collected within the city. And of course, we are helping them to set up a secondary collection system that will feed the treatment plant. So by the end of Q1 next year, the narrative will be completely different for the city of Nairobi.
Do they have any vacancies for morning show hosts there so that I can come here? I can also come here because I think you are very comfortable there. You are even talking cool. So maybe I can come and also help you with communication work or something. Because Charlie the Ghana.
That will help us to collect refuse. We are willing to employ people to collect refuse and treat waste.
Dr. Peter Kwedagadu, you're a big man. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
He's in charge of this company. What's the name of the company again?
So,
Waste Landfills Company.
Yes.
And he's basically been sent by his company to Nairobi to go and continue the works there. I think he's answered all the questions.
Yes. So, and he's giving you a apple.
For the question, for the question,
your question. Now you are disqualified from answering the
question. He's also given a lot of. He substantiated my position that the problem starts with running the local government ministry and the MMDCEs that they have filled, and the president should perhaps intervene and revoke their appointments and bring in people who are ready and willing to do the job and treat it as urgent.
Yeah, because if he says, for example, that as a private entity, they've been able to secure lands that they will use for landfill, they are waiting for the state and all. How are we then losing $55.6 million that the AFDB has secured for us because the state, through the local government ministry, and then the sanitation ministry at the time has been unable to secure a landfill site? You get it. You have a project that is giving you funding so you can have an engineered landfill site.
Since 2022.
Since 2022, and up till now, you've not been able to do anything out of that.
I think it's a very troubling development. If the facts as you present them are correct, because the government, the state has legal, constitutional authority in appropriate cases to take over land. Compulsory acquisition, as we call them in law, and pay the appropriate compensation. Because in this case, you're dealing with a national interest. And if it is in the national interest to identify a space, engage the chiefs, the local people, tell them about what the intention is and what will be done to ensure that the space is engineered in a way that does not impact their health in a negative way, and all of these things are satisfied, then it should be possible that a place like that will be acquired. So for it to take all these years, and from the facts you suggest that we have lost so much money which would have come in from external support, that is completely unacceptable.
But he said something. He said a private company looking for landfill are struggling with real estate companies because nobody wants to give land for waste collection. So in the whole of Greater Accra, apart from Poon, we have to go to a place 40 kilometers from here, behind in Sawam. Now think about I even wanted to ask him, the predominant means of conveying waste in our country is Abuboya. And the closest landfill site is 40 kilometers away. Now imagine, even if you own an Abuboya, how long will it take to get to Adipa? How many can you? That's why their point is at 37.
And another question for the MMDCs to answer. Why is it difficult for private waste management companies to get land, but it's easier for real estate.
That's for land sellers.
Real estate companies.
No, the land sellers.
But the lands are zoned.
The chiefs are the ones who own the lands.
We are seeing properties spring up everywhere. Assemblies are watching on. If you drive through East Legon, you see high-rise buildings being put up, and there's no proper car park. They use the front, and they cause traffic flow is not properly managed because everybody is just pulling back into the road to make their way. Yeah. So the city authorities have a role. There's something they're not doing, and it appears they're sitting and watching us.
But the question I have is on the issue of acquiring land for a landfill. Is it entirely the assemblies, plural, who are to be blamed for the unwillingness of communities or chiefs to give their land for landfills?
Bernard, what is the reason why the chief will say, I want to give this land to estate developers instead of giving it out to the state to use for purposes of landfill or something? No, I mean, that's maybe one of the issues they will raise. But at the core of it will be the question of how much you're paying. The regime that allows government to compulsorily acquire, private, lands or land belonging to stools or families provides for assessment of the land, evaluation, and then a figure is agreed as to what is reasonable in the circumstances to ensure that the private interest in this particular case is satisfied and the national interest is also satisfied. The question is whether indeed the state is actually engaging the process. If they are engaging it, how are they doing it in such a way as to ensure that ultimately we get the land? Because the private interest that is being served in the case of the estates that are being built, what happens at the end of the day? You have so much bola that when people go and build in all of these places and there's no place to dump the bola, we all have a crisis. Cholera is looming. Typhoid is looming, and I know a number of people who are on all kinds of drugs today because of the typhoid situation they're having to deal with. So the state has got to see what we are talking about as a major emergency situation that they have got to deal with. So and added to that, Bernard, you see, the big elephant in the room is the situation with Zoom Lion. Not many people want to talk about it. Look,
talk to me.
I am not sitting here to endorse Zoom Lion as the greatest thing that has ever happened to the space of sanitation and related matters. We have all investigated at many levels problems that have been recorded within that institution, but also progress that they have made in this particular country. So if there are concerns about the contract that was signed with Zoom Lion, and we all know the capacity that this particular company has built over the years. It is a Ghanaian company. It has engaged people. People are working for that institution. There are experts there. They train people in garbage collection.
To works for them.
Okay.
So Peter is with one of their companies.
Wow, look, I didn't even know.
No, he is. No, it is.
I see.
The company, the name of the Waste Landfills is one of their companies, and he is now in charge of their Kenya operations.
Exactly. Now, what are we being told? That the contract has problems. There are allegations of corruption and related matters. People are being underpaid and all of that. As a responsible state, it is possible to maintain working relationships with such a company, while at the same time ensuring that if there are wrongs that have been done, they are righted. In other countries, you hear about, Samsung, you hear about all of these, Huawei, all these big companies.
Google and Co. They find them
and they move on. They prosecute directors where there is evidence that somebody has got to be prosecuted. But to just get up because some people feel that the company hasn't done its work to the glory of God and say that you are not renewing the contract, I find out that.
So are you saying that part of the current waste management crisis and the waste disposal crisis is a result of Zoom Lion's contract cancel?
On the fact, it would seem to be the case. Because, hitherto, they were collecting, they have places that they've been managing these things. They have modern places that they go and manage. We may not be happy with some of the things that they do. But that is why a state has got to be responsible.
So there's no company in Ghana with their capacity or knowledge.
It would seem that we don't have any.
So they've built that capability so that if they are not working, it's almost impossible to manage waste in Ghana.
Yeah, Bernard, in
to that point.
Okay, so in public policy, there's something known as path dependency.
What?
Path dependency,
Okay.
where a first mover in a space creates a certain system
which we all have to benefit from.
Exactly.
So like these waste transfer centers, they've built it.
Exactly.
So the whole nation depends on it.
Exactly.
Even though they are private companies.
So to disintegrate that, to take that apart, it becomes too difficult. So is there a way of modernizing your relationship with them, improving the relationship? Are there accountability issues? Can you ensure that you exact accountability while at the same time serving the national interest? At this rate, if we continue like this without finding a solution, if cholera breaks out right now, like we saw in countries like Haiti and all of these places, it's going to be a serious problem.
And as we speak, the Saturday,
I think it's already a serious problem.
Yeah, the Saturday and I'm coming. The Friday and Saturday cleanup is where I'm going now. Since you are going to remove all this refuse and you don't have a final disposal close by, how are you going to manage that?
Yes,
problem,
and
right?
just to tweak Sky's concern, Sky is not going to be. It is a serious problem. We're already in a crisis, and I like how the perspective and the clarity that the
Dr. Kwe
Dagadu brought to the conversation. What is alarming, and I hope that city authorities and the managers of the city are listening to. He describes the current situation as what? An acute disposal crisis. This means that it is severe. It's like this is crisis that has gone over the roof, and we need to take it seriously. I haven't had my refuse collected. I think this morning is when he came in for a number of days now. Okay, and it means that it piles up in the bin. And the concern, it develops other things. They are going to be infested with rats, with cockroaches, what have you. Every home is going to experience this and put all this together in this city, in this region. It's a crisis.
So are you saying that the local government ministry is where the buck stops? Because I did do an interview last month where a gentleman said to me that one of the reasons why all these things are happening, the fact that you don't even have properly managed landfills, some people are setting up, is because you don't have a sanitation authority. And his point was that sanitation is such a fundamental operation in managing a city that you need an authority which has the laws to enforce, right? So that if, for example, somebody sets up a landfill, the sanitation authority can say this landfill is not fit for purpose. The assemblies are too scattered, and we all know they have not been able to work together. So I'm going back to that point. The governance, because again, don't forget, when we read the ISA report, ISA said, number one problem with waste management is, what the word they used? The local, they said fragmented governance structure. So and he also spoke about lack of policy for recycling. So if you're going to do waste management in a consistent way, sanitation has, even yesterday there's toilet discussion, it's a sanitation issue. You get it, you have to. So am I going back to the same point, and you guys are not seeing it, that you need a sanitation authority which will take charge of the space, manage the individual entities there, unless you're saying that maybe the companies are too big for an authority to manage. Because as the assemblies are now, I don't think the assemblies have the capacity. If you are the head of IOASO West Wuogon, I mean, can you really fight? If Zoom Lion tells you something, what can you say? Yes, so you probably need a muscle of a state entity that can. No, you disagree. Let me hear you.
I understand the reasoning behind setting up a sanitation authority, etc., to sort of take up the mantle of dealing with the sanitation crisis that we have. Where my view, goes divergent from yours is that you conclude on the point of enforcement, and currently that is the problem we see from the ministry to the MMDAs. The problem is enforcement, the capacity, the willingness. So I don't see how creating another institution will be any different,
because I think
if
the ministry
the problem
is
if the problem is enforcement, then you're going to set up your a sanitation authority, which is also going to end up put up a nice building, seated, and they can't do any enforcement. Enforcement is our problem.
Can I explain? So I don't think ministries do enforcement. So for example, EPA is an agency under the Ministry of Environment. The ministry, when you go there, the technocrats there, they are policy people. So the way I see it is that you need, so what the EPA does is they issue permits for specific things. So you have experts at EPA who interact with service providers. That's the sense in which I see.
But they have
a sanitation authority
and oversight responsibility over the state agencies, some of whom are the regulators and the ones to do the
classic
enforcement.
Example, Ministry of Communication. They have the Accra Data Center, they have NITA, they have Cybersecurity Authority. Now, the ministry is the one that generates the policy about cybersecurity. But the Cybersecurity Authority implements the policy, and the ministry can say this policy is offside or not onside. But somebody's day job is to oversee cybersecurity, and that's not the minister's work. Right? The minister has NITA, he has CSA, he has Accra Data Center, he has NCA, all under him. So when it comes to regulating telecom space, who sets up a radio station, who has a telco? The NCA has the equipment and the expertise to say, Citi FM, you are going beyond your border. My point is that sanitation is as critical as that. So if you leave it as just the ministry has many things to do. Sanitation, for example, Ministry of Local Government, they are in charge of they are in charge of education in the local assembly. They are in charge of too many, and the minister, I think, is even overwhelmed. Like the Ministry of Local Government has oversight of 250 MMDAs. There are all kinds of different things local authorities are supposed to do, including sanitation, health, education. The ministry is, I feel like it's not built to deliver the type of enforcement you are requiring of it. So without holding brief, what I'm saying is that you can call it whatever name you want. If sanitation is critical to you, and you have one of the largest companies in the country in that space, who is regulating them? You need a strong, you see, don't forget yesterday, Yansako said something. Institutional competence. No society can change any sector without strong governance of the sector. So for me, you can create anything. You are the lawyers, you can come up with something. I don't know what to call it. But you need a certain governance structure to say, Aboboya, if you want to be an Aboboya from next week, you need a color code. If you're Medina, you are blue. Number 2, you need to have a certain covering over your Aboboya. Number 3, you can't move your Aboboya more than 6 kilometers from where you live. Number 4, you can't use the motorway. Number 5, you yourself, you must be trained to drive. Somebody must enforce that. That's what I mean by an authority. A ministry, okay, but the Ministry of Sanitation or whichever ministry we have is going to do that job for you.
So just a bit of clarity. So my point about enforcement is not simply the ministry. The ministry has got is it 200 and how many?
250.
250 MMDCs. And mind you, this structure you are talking about already exists. Where it lacks is the enforcement. This example you cite with identifying and categorizing the Aboboyas, did we not see the district assemblies, the municipal and district assemblies do that with the taxi system years before Uber and Co came? Our taxis were required to register with specific assemblies. And the assemblies were able to do that. So what prevents the assemblies from doing that now, instead of investing in another institution, which will now come and lag behind and also complain about, we get to complain about enforcement, lack of enforcement, or poor enforcement.
Challenge,
is this going to build
you have 29, it's a challenge is that here we are discussing a waste, an acute disposal crisis. For the 26 assemblies in Accra, we have one landfill site at Boone. And then you have one in the eastern region. So what I'm trying to say is that the assemblies themselves don't have that much control over, because they don't have a landfill site, right? So for example, if I also West Wagon, which is the Jawulu, Abelemkpe, Legon, I don't have a landfill site. So what I have is a company that is collecting waste from my community. When people say we'll not collect your refuse again, as I also West Wagon, I don't know what to do. So I'm saying is that the assembly,
but that cannot be. The assembly cannot say, I don't know what to do. That's your job. You're supposed to partner with the private sector to acquire a land and the traditional authorities to acquire a landfill site.
One second. What I'm saying is that the function of waste management cuts across assemblies. That's what I'm trying to say. So whilst we expect the assemblies to enforce waste management regulation within their localities and districts, there are issues that are of regional, and I think that Gadu made the point. And I'm saying that, for example, landfill strategic location, Eastern Accra, Western Accra, Northern Accra, it's beyond one assembly to decide. Because we must operate. So if I am hosting a landfill site at Boom. Maybe there's a concession I have made, which means that those of you bringing your refuse from Tema, so I'm saying there needs to be. So maybe that's the regional.
The regional coordinating
I don't
council.
know. There's too many. So the minister for local government, regional minister, regional coordinating council, decentralization.
They can create a national sanitation.
For me, the reason I'm pushing this point is not. I'm not making this point trivially. I've spoken to experts in the local government ministry who think that that is the way to go. But if management is to be properly done in Accra. So it's not as if I am just waking up to say it. I don't know what research they did, but their point is that if you want to really get a hang of sanitation, you need a proper governance structure comprising a waste sanitation.
You see, all the time I resist the idea of creating new bureaucracies and all of that. In this matter, I think you raised it before, and I was a bit, we're against it. But I mean, in the light of recent developments, I think that there will be some policy wisdom in going that way. The reason I make that argument is that hitherto we had the Ghana Water and Sewerage Corporation. Right now, sewage was dealing with the
sewage,
sewage,
like wastewater,
exactly, and related matters and all of that. But since the recalibration, we don't appear to have an institution dealing specifically with the matter of sewage, unless of course there's some institution there on the books that I'm unaware of. If there's one, I'm open for education on the subject matter. But in the light of recent developments, it would seem that since we don't seem to have a carefully calibrated, coordinated, properly aligned institution that is supervising the space, I think there will be policy wisdom in proceeding in that direction. Now, that will call for the setting up of a properly so-called, Ghana Sanitation Authority, agency, or department, or whatever it may be, or commission. In which case, it will require that a bill is sent to Parliament to that effect. We should identify the ways by which we intend to actually fund that institution. If it is to be funded by levies, we have to get that clearly defined. If we are going to use taxes from the consolidated fund to do that, we have to identify that. And we need to identify what exactly their scope will be. Will it be just, the issuance of certification so that the assemblies will deal with matters of, how to supervise what they do, or they will issue the licenses and then on top of that ensure that there is enforcement, and then sanctions apply where people are in violation of what they are supposed to do. On the current evidence we see, Bernard, I think that there's a major crisis. The authorities are failing to deal with the problem, and this is the time, beyond cleaning up Accra over the weekend and not knowing exactly where we are going to dump the garbage. I think the government has got to go back into the cabinet room and think thoroughly about this matter, and as soon as possible. And I believe that the models are already there. We have the Standards Authority, we have the EPA, we have all of these institutions. It is possible to pick, because this gentleman that is in Kenya, helping Kenya to transform its space. I mean, listening to him, you hear wisdom, you hear expertise, you hear knowledge, and his clear communication of what exactly the problem is.
Meanwhile, in his own country, we have only one landfill in the Greater Accra region.
Why? A prophet is not the way the Bible says, but the prophet is hardly.
And Sky, so the confusion around local governance and decentralization, to me, is manifested not just in the fact that the local government ministry is all over the place. There's even some coordinating office for local governance.
Yes.
You get it?
The one near the Parliament.
You see, I feel like we haven't
presidential.
We haven't reflected on our local governance efficiency well enough, because we keep creating smaller assemblies, less and less efficient, less and less powerful. You were just talking about Boundary Road. When you go use the Boundary Road now, maybe you are from East Legon and you are going to American House. Sky, the traffic you will face is, do you know why? Somebody will put up a 5-story building, a restaurant. They don't have parking. So all of them are parked next to the roadside. So when you are going home, every evening somebody's stopping you because somebody's turning. And I'm thinking, and as we speak, people are building buildings in the curve. A serious assembly will check, okay, do you have underground parking? They don't. So the local governance is not fit for purpose. The assemblies, Amisha, That's the way to use. They don't.
Is it failure because it doesn't function properly, or the people managing it have failed? The inefficiency.
Sky.
So then it means it can't be fixed.
See, when this government took over power, I remember we had a whole show around appointments. I don't know whether I woke up someday and I said, I thought if the government was serious about local government, the best people it had to offer should be made MCs.
Yes, we had that.
Because you don't build a house from the top. You can't put your best people as minister and board chairman of something and put the second-rate people as MMDCs. Because every house is built from the bottom. So, the example we have is China, where Godfrey tells us that the prefectories, everybody who becomes a serious person in Chinese politics, he makes his name as a local governance person,
transforming a space.
And I was saying that we had Mr. Mahama had a unique opportunity to say, let me put some of the best people I have, and I was giving examples. I didn't want to mention post names to jinx it, because you don't mention my name. Pascal, some of the people we respect who have done governance for years, if you give them local assemblies to manage, that will be where our development starts. What did we do? We put all the people in ministries, created new jobs for people, and then we looked for some other people and made them local
party persons.
Now,
supporters.
How do they negotiate our development? You are a PhD holder with a degree, liver is gone. Somebody who you probably taught in SS2 is now your MC. And I'm not disrespecting MCs, but the point is that when it comes to political clout experience, he didn't give his best people MMCs. And this program, every day, what are we discussing? Local governance problems. So you do big policy. Government has paid 700 million euro bond. Government has voted 6 billion. You come to local assembly. Somebody wants to build under a bridge. Somebody is building a house. There's no gutter. People have houses without toilets. The truth is that development occurs at the local level. And our political structure has not woken up to that.
Thank you.
It believes that we still have to reward people with high positions. And the people, that's why we are getting flooded. The people who are in charge of how water flows in your community, whether you have a place to build, people are building houses on waterways, and the assemblies don't have what it takes to stop them. Because two things, they don't appoint the right people, and they've also fragmented the assemblies to a point where if I'm even an engineer, I won't leave the private sector and go and work for Ayawaso West Morgan Assembly. Why should I do that? In the past, some of our best engineers were working for AMA. AMA was big and bad. If you work for AMA and you are the municipal engineer, ask Ofosu-Lote. Ofosu-Lote used to work for AMA. When Nik Amarteifio was there, some of the best people, Ludwig Hesse, because AMA was massive, they had the balance sheet to even go for their own bond. Now AMA is 3 districts. Which serious engineer will leave Sonitra and say he's going to work for Lankwantana Assembly? For what pay? Even if not even for the pay. For what? You understand? So our political class has destroyed our local governance system by creating local governance as job for the boys.
Exactly.
And we are creating more, and they are inefficient.
Yeah.
I heard Jerry Ameshaibu complaining on the City Breakfast Show on Friday. He was on air begging that he and his MC should come together because the problems they are facing at Wager have become so much.
Yeah.
So if we don't intervene, somebody will wake up one day and say, what create a new district? There is Wager Bawi. Wager district, Wafik Bawi district. So they'll create Wager district and make you the MC and make Bawi district Caleb the MC to satisfy
doling out.
That's the point. So, but that's what they've done throughout. Yes. So if they hear the name is the double name, no, Wager Bawi, let's just split it. It's Wager Bawi. Because the Wager people say they are not getting some of the appointments. So to end the argument, let's create Wager Bawi. We've done this all over the country. Fred, who am I speaking to?
I also Central MC is on the line.
Beautiful.
Rudolph Collingwood Williams.
I also Central.
Yes.
Remind me, is that Kotumlemle? Yes, around. Are you also Central or Blekuma Central? I am also Central. Isn't that IC Quiz area?
I am also Central.
Yes, IC Quiz area.
That's Blekuma.
Okay. What's his name?
Rudolph Collingwood Williams.
This won't remember.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother Bernard.
I've been speaking to a waste landfill expert who says Accra has an acute waste disposal crisis and that the landfill at Bone is nearly choked and the one at Adepa is too far. How are you managing waste collection in Awayosu Central? Where do your people send the waste that they collect?
Thank you, my brother. Basically, we used to do two places. That's at Kaswa. We go to Kaswa, and then we go to Adepa as well. But with the current hit in the flood issue, the field levels have increased to some level that collection has become a challenge, but dumping too is our main challenge. Because currently, as we speak, Adepa, I think 2 days ago, we were working throughout the night. We were running 24 in the field collection. We got to Adepa and they couldn't receive us. So about 5 of our trucks must sleep there till the following day that they made extra arrangement for us to start to dump. So I think when it comes to waste management, it's not basically about the system that we cannot collect or the assemblies cannot collect. It's about the dump sites or the landfill sites, which has become a challenge.
Do your people send the waste to the waste transfer centers? Because I know there's one at Achimota. I think it's operated by Zoom Lion. Do your trucks send them there, or they send it straight to Adepa?
No, we go because of the volume that we carry with the compactor and then the tippers. We go straight to the huge landfill sites. That's the Adepa and then Kaswa. But when you look at the turnaround time, that is the challenge for us. Because sometimes a truck will go, it will take about 3-4 hours for it to come back. So mostly, instead of we doing about 4 or 5 trips a day, we are able to just do about 2, which is the main challenge that we have for now.
By the way, how many trucks work within Ayawaso Central, and for how long have you had this problem of final dump sites not being accessible?
Yeah, it's been currently we use the Zoom Lion, that is the SIP who collects alongside the assembly compactor as well, which we also collect. So basically, we should have about 3 of the Zoom Lion trucks and then our compactor as well. So most often that's the challenge we get within the municipal, that when they go, is the turnaround time for them to come back. So it becomes quite challenging in terms of the turnaround time to make sure that we evacuate fields most often on daily basis.
Well, whilst you were talking, a listener sent a message that I ask you what you are doing about the field at Tiptoe Lane section of the Nkrumah interchange through to Alajo traffic intersection. I believe those 2 areas are in your area.
They are. So with the Tiptoe Lane this morning, our compactor will be there. Almost every morning, we warn that they shouldn't be dumping around that area but some people, because previously it's been done for years, irrespective of the advice we give, they see that place as a dump site. So they bring their fields from their homes and come and dump it there. But we've cautioned, we warned, we really arrested people on that. But it looks like because of the midnight activity, they will come and dump. But every morning we go and collect. So today we are there, we'll be collecting aside the flood fields that we are also collecting within the affected areas in the municipal.
So when was the last time all MMDCs in Accra met, and did you raise this issue with the regional minister or the local government minister that the landfill site at Adepa and the distance does not make waste management in the municipalities possible?
Well, I think it should just be last month at Kempiski, with the CEO of Zoom Lion himself present, whilst we were trying to find ways and means to make the work easier for all of us as partners. Because we realize that most often when we collect and we move, maybe we know that as you are giving an example of the Tiptoe Lane like this, maybe we are supposed to go twice to evacuate the refuse there. But because of the challenge, when we go, we are not able to come back on time to collect, unless probably the following day or later in the night, and then we will come and collect it. So currently, we've all agreed on something to make sure that the evacuation becomes a bit easier for us. Aside this natural disaster that came in to hit us, we were trying to find ways and means together with the Zoomlion company to make sure.
Well, my feeling is that you, the MCs, you are the ones who know the seriousness of the waste collection problem in your municipalities, and therefore you have to give pressure to your superiors to make available a proper waste disposal site. Otherwise, every morning we'll be seeing Bola at Kokominemle or Tiptoe Lane, and it comes back to you. And you have the one who can speak to your minister, not me. So you, the 29 of you, should be able to come together, even issue a statement and say, look, we need proper dump sites in Accra. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it seems as if you have also thrown up your hands in the air to say the dump field site is far, the Abuboyas can't get there on time, and therefore we don't know what to do. And that's not why we put you there. So don't you think you, the MMCs or whatever, should take more responsibility for this and be more proactive in what you are doing?
Exactly. Thank you. I think I was listening to you, but this is on a lighter note that we just passed the comment. The chiefs will say was small ball idea. And that is the kind of challenge we have now. Because it looks like in as much as probably we identify areas that, okay, should this place be given to us, it will make the turnaround time faster for us. But when you look at the kind of field food that we produce in the system, it becomes difficult to get a larger area within the Accra enclave, if not the outskirts of Accra, to have a proper dam site. So that is something that we keep addressing each time we meet. Like you said, the West one, we were hoping that it would have been operationalized for now, so that at least it will cut down the turnaround time for us. But when we asked, we were told that hopefully it will be ready this year. So not that we don't speak or we don't talk about it. We do. Even our superiors are also finding ways and means, because as you said, when it comes to us, we would also go up there to try and address the issues. But it looks like within Accra, because of the development in terms of our real estates and other things, which we also admit that we know the housing shortage. So most often it becomes another challenge when a land is going to be used for real estate or for developmental purposes in terms of housing. For us to go in and say, no, stop, let's use it for a landfill site or anything like that. So it's a whole holistic challenge within the system that we are all finding ways and means to make sure that we get it resolved.
Thank you, Rudolph. Collingwood William is the MC for Yawaso Central. And Caleb, let's read a few quick comments on this issue of Accra's acute waste disposal crisis.
Engineer Mahama sends one here. He says the aim of Zoomlion citing the transfer stations is to deal with these indiscriminate dumping everywhere and to deal with the difficulty of tricycles, long distance and damp waste. They compress these waste brought to their station into their huge trucks to travel long distances to Ajen Kotuku and Media area, Adepa along there in Sawamebri Road and Pong. Accra generates approximately 4,400 tons of waste per day. That is 132,000 tons per month and 1.6 million per year. Transfer stations capacity at Chimota is 1,500 tons, Abokobi is 1,500 tons, Ashaman is 1,200 tons. I end by saying government must have a sober reflection and engage all this with its engagement or disengagement with Zoomlion. This is Engineer Mahama.
All right.
So, good morning, Bernard. I heard on the news this morning that refuse in Accra
is in excess.
That people are keeping the refuse in their homes, and Okada riders, you mean Aboboya riders, are no more picking the refuse. I want to suggest that all refuse collected and heaped in our cities be used to reclaim mining pits.
But how will you get there?
Do
you know how far the mining community is from here?
Oh, for Rikwe, that's has a question for you. You sent your message from Achimam Ponya.
Maybe the one's closer to
Thanks
that
for your
place.
message, though. Yeah, Bernard, there's this huge land just opposite the MCE's residence at Dodowa being used as a dumping site, and it's not funny. Trucks bring refuse all the way from Medina and around its surroundings. The most dangerous thing is that there is no regulation. Just pay money and pour.
Just pay and pour.
And it's seriously posing danger to nearby residents. Bernard, the point in addition to the dump site, landfill site, is that we cannot realistically have more landfill site. It will come with more public health challenges, and more communities are growing, we are sprawling, and we must really consider the recycling also, and the refuse to energy potential of our refuse generation.
Take a short break. We have more when we come back. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Your attention, please. Flight C8 has been delayed.
Again. Madam, can you please point me to the water fountain? And please watch my back and phone whilst I'm gone.
You can be a traveler with infinite worries.
Hello, Mr. Anand. Your lounge access is ready and your seat is warm.
Or you can be a traveler with infinite privileges.
Champagne, sir?
Original the drink.
Choose EcoBank's infinite privileges with an EcoBank Visa Infinite card. Access airport lounges worldwide, fast-track services, best-in-class daily limits, and enjoy other exclusive travel and lifestyle benefits. Infinite privileges await. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Your health is your most valuable asset, and it deserves expert attention. At the International Maritime Hospital, we believe health care should be personal, precise, and delivered with excellence. That's why we provide specialist-led care, combining experienced doctors, advanced diagnostics, and a client-centered approach. From preventive care to specialist consultations and advanced treatment, every step is handled with precision and care. Our serene environment, modern facilities, and dedicated medical team ensure you receive the quality care you deserve every time. So whether it's for you or your family, choose care you can trust. Visit the International Maritime Hospital at Community 3, Tema, or call 0303 220 030 or 055-2222-90. International Maritime Hospital. We serve and we care.
Hey, who dey brush? We dey brush them. Hey, who dey brush? We dey brush them. Hey, brush your teeth. Brush your teeth every day and night. Slide the gems and tattoo them. Brush the gems away. Indian cherry go brush them. Malaysia cherry go brush them. Panama cherry go brush them.
Whatever the germs, brush them away with the new Pepsodent, now in limited edition World Cup packs. This advert is FDA approved.
What will the world need tomorrow? Smarter systems, bolder thinkers, people who don't just use technology but build it as well. At Academic City University, that's exactly whom we train. Whether you're starting your undergraduate degree or advancing with a master's program, from business and communication arts to engineering and computational sciences, our programs are built with industry for real-world impact. You won't just graduate with a certificate, you'll graduate ready to solve, build, and lead. The future belongs to those who are prepared. Are you ready? Call 0594 030 308. Academic City University, educating future-ready leaders.
Oh, not in a traffic is what points, sir.
Driver, police phone insurance.
Hey, my insurance will be on point.
They just arrested someone whose insurance expired last month. Now, dear, last 2 years, you're still going.
Hey, where will I pass? Let me park and now come and wait.
Oh, sir, you hide. Just walk into the store and get the new Hollard Insure Pack.
Don't be caught wanting. Hollard Insure Pack is now available at select Malcolm stores and Shell shops nationwide. Just pick one app and the shop attendant will give you the instruction manual. Follow the instructions to complete the process. Araba Hollard will instantly send your policy document and insurance sticker straight to your WhatsApp. For more details and inquiries, call 020-546-3696 or 056-111-2777.
Bra, what's up? Driver,
Where's your insurance?
Holland Insure Pack, boss. Bought it at the Malcolm store right there. Instant.
Hey. Why lucky for Holland Insurance? Holland Insure Pack. And you're too easy.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
All right, it's 9:27, and we have in studio friends from the Cracks Institute to talk about their Level 4 diploma program and how students with WASI certificate can use this to progress into university, particularly Level 200. Barata Kefi is the CEO of Cracks Institute. He's here with Norman Griffiths, who's a current student at AB Level 6. Welcome to the show. Good morning.
Thank you.
So we're talking about young people in SHS, HND holders, and diploma holders, and working professionals and traditional routes they use to university. What makes your diploma program an alternative pathway for SHS graduates who want to continue their education?
Yes, thank you. And a very good morning to all your listeners. We are glad to be here. So at Cracks Training Institute, we have looked at the general market of how education is playing out. And we realized that the days of old when you finish WASI and you wait to go to university or polytechnic or there's nothing in between. If you don't get that route, then you are out. Now things have changed. Technology has come. There are other professional certifications that are relevant and in the market. So, Bernard, I get a lot of people who come to me and say, "Hey, listen, I'm in the workforce now. I'm married. I'm working, but Charlie, the certification no good, crash. So the pay and other things becomes an issue." And so we believe that these diplomas, which are UK accredited and also accredited in Ghana by the GTEC, provides this pathway for them. So we want to take our time and explain what the levels are. So the Level 4 diploma, for example, is equivalent to the first year of a university degree.
Okay.
In UK especially and some parts of Europe, you can go to university first year, decide not to continue, but you get a certification. I've had heartbreaking experiences of people who went to university, maybe got to 300 or 400, for some reason couldn't continue, and the 3 years they spent is like shit. And so these qualifications allow you to get a qualification for every step that you do. So when you do the Level 4 diploma, it's equivalent to the first year of a university. You do the Level 5, it's equivalent to an HND. And then the Level 6 diplomas are equivalent to a bachelor's degree. And we also want people to understand that these are not things that we have made up. These are recognized qualifications that are running in the UK for several years. And they've also in the Ghanaian system, and the regulator, the GTEC, has also approved this qualification. So long story short, when you have a Level 4 diploma, you also can use that qualification to enter into a traditional university at Level 200 or continue the pathway.
I see.
We have options in business, so Level 4 diploma in business management, and we have also options in computing or IT. Yes, so I like these qualifications because, for example, there are a lot of people who do matured entrance qualifications, and sometimes they don't pass. They have to write 2 or 3 times, or that kind of thing. These qualifications make it simpler for you. You know what you are getting. You get a diploma too, and most of these people are also working. So it means that it's a 2-in-1 thing. Once you get your qualification done, you get a diploma. You can upgrade. You are no longer a WASI holder, and if you are looking at higher education, there's a clear pathway for you, and that is the beauty of it. And then also, when you go higher to the scale, the Level 6 and 7 diplomas are also very important, because I have a lot of people who've done HNDs, 2-year diplomas, 3-year diplomas, and they want to do a degree. And normally the traditional university will say, hey, you have to come and start either at Level 100 or 200. What we are saying is that you can do the Level 6 diploma for a year, and the qualification you get is equivalent to a bachelor's degree. And
so are these qualifications recognized both locally and internationally, and what should students look out for when choosing such programs?
Yes, so these qualifications, as we've said, are UK. They originate from the UK, and they are registered and accredited by the UK regulator, which we call the Ofqual. So these are Ofqual regulated courses in the UK, and they are also GTEC recognized or approved in Ghana, because these we've gone through the system to make sure that they are. So you are not going to get any wahala with where is this from, where is this from. No, these are recognized qualification. So if you are somebody who has an HND and you are looking at getting a degree, then you can look at this. If you are somebody who has a high school diploma, you are in work, you are looking at upgrading, then you can start the journey from level 4 and
so let me understand this.
Yes.
If you have a WASI certificate,
yes,
you need level 4 diploma.
Exactly.
And you can use that to progress into a university.
You can use that to progress to the university at level 200.
And if you're an HND or diploma holder,
then you can go straight and do your level 6. Yes. And the level 6 will usually take you a year, and your level 6 qualification is equivalent to a bachelor's degree. So
how can a level so what if I want to do a master's degree?
Yeah, so you need to do the level 6 first, and the level 6, because it's equivalent to a bachelor's degree, you can use that to do the journey to do a master's degree. So a lot of my students who do level 6 actually have a master's degree in mind, so they come in and do their level 6, and then quickly they can do a 1 year or 2 year master's.
So Norman, who's here, is you are in what level?
Level 6.
And what subject is this?
This is business management. Yes.
I see. So what is your objective? Where do you want to go with this?
So from here, I'm gonna do my master's. Like he said, I'm a graphic designer and a creative director, but I want to expand. I don't want to just limit myself to that field. So my reason for doing business management is so I can expand myself into a project manager generally, so I can enter into any creative space as a project manager. Yes.
And how has the course been since you started doing it?
Very flexible. So as a young creative, you always have projects coming up, and thankfully the course is flexible enough that I'm still able to work even though I'm still doing the classes. So
are the classes online or in person?
Both. It's a hybrid. So we have mostly online classes, and then maybe once a month we do an in-person class with the lecture and the full class. Yes.
And is there regular exams or just one final exam?
So we don't actually do exams in the typical way. We have our assessment is assignment based. Yes. So you have an assignment, you go, you do your research, you have a period of time to bring your assignments back, and that's how we go about the assessments.
So his experience, is that a typical?
Yes, I'll say that's a typical experience for someone coming. Most of my people who are doing the higher levels in the level 6 are usually working. So they have a lot of things to juggle. As I said, flexible. So we usually do online, and it's a weekend class. So Saturdays and Sundays, you are doing online. And then once in a month, we try and do an in-person class so that you can also have the feel of that. I have a lot of students who are outside of Accra, for example. So they will usually be doing a purely virtual class. But at the end of the day, it's the support that they get. The lecturers are there for them. They have to understand the concept of what they are doing, and then they also can do the assignments. Even though it's assignments, it's really loaded, so you have to put a lot into it and make sure that your assignments are standard. You know, the UK are known for their educational quality, so it's not a side thing at all. But once you put your energy and time into it, within a year, you should be done with your level 6.
So tell me about the Cracks Training Institute. Okay. And where people can find you.
All right. So Cracks Training Institute, we are located at Osu. We are just opposite the Accra Sports Stadium. As we said, we are looking at various professional certifications in various coming fields, and our level 4 to our level 7 programs are really something that we have a lot for. And listeners shouldn't forget there are options in business management. Even with the business management, we have options in HR and marketing, and then we have options in computing. Sometimes I have a lot of people who've gone to various professional IT schools, but because the courses are not really certified or placed well, then they are having issues in their work environment. So you want to do something that has a clear equivalency, and that also gives you the right pathways if you are looking at higher education. Yes.
Wonderful. So people can get in touch with you.
Yes. So on our socials is Cracks Institute, but you can get in touch.
That's CRUX.
Yes. So our Cracks is spelled CRUX. So Cracks Institute on socials, and then on the telephone lines, you can get us on 054 640 9087. If I can repeat that. 054 640 9087. Jeffrey will be at the end of the line too.
Wonderful.
take every options and let you know the big plans.
Thank you.
We have new cohorts coming up in August and September, so you can plan for that.
And typically, how long do the programs take?
So usually it's a year. The level 4 diplomas are about 6-7 months. It should be done. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Barata Kefi, who is the CEO of Cracks
us.
Institute. Norman Griffiths, a current student at AB level 6. And it's a different pathway to gaining the same qualification. And it's happening at the Cracks Institute. You got the number 054-640-9087. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
In the meantime, Bill's Micro Credit is welcoming you. If you need working capital, a salary loan, emergency cash, or startup funding, your Ghana card is all you need. We help you when your business idea is ready. Your cash will be ready. Call us on 059-692-0833 or 0302-200-390. Bills breaks the silence. Bills got you.
And everyone is a winner in the Ungalicious Abingwaha promo. Over 4 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes to be won. Just look out for the special Ungalicious promo pack. Submit 20 Unga powder promo sachets and 20 Unga shrimp tablet promo wrappers at any Unga redemption center near you. You will receive your scratch card. Scratch it to review your unique code. Send it to *713*27# and win instantly. Cash prizes are up to 200,000 Ghana cedis. We have deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more. Please note that now it ends on the 15th of August, so we've extended it. So hurry, don't miss out. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. For everyone looking for a best of flavor in every sip, you will discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. We have Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Tangy, Piva Cocktail, and Piva Grape. So grab yours today. It's available at a local store near you. Call us for bulk purchases 0550-032-231. Piva beverages, a taste you will love. Now let me tell you about the Super Sem cement. It's leading with the LC3 technology and eco-friendly innovation, making us Ghana's best. Choose Super Sem Superfast 32.5 hour grade for plastering, mortar screeding, and block laying. Use our heavy duty Super Sem Superpower 42.5 hour grade for durable foundations, coastal works, and high-rise structural works. Super Sem cement dries fast, is waterproof, and prevents moisture damage and powdery walls. 0553-060-517 is the number to call today. We are available at all leading building material outlets across Ghana. Super Sem, build your dream. Valex Lease Equip Limited is Ghana's leading photocopier leasing company. At Valex, we lease multifunctional photocopiers which you can pay as you copy and print or design your own payment plan. Lease an A4, A3 heavy-duty MFP with a sorter, stapler, finisher, and production machine with sorter, stapler, and finisher. You also enjoy free toners, cartridges, free repairs, free maintenance, follow me printing, and centralized monitoring of all staff and nationwide coverage. Forget about the unnecessary expensive gimmicks and save yourself over 60% on cost. ValexLease.com is where to visit. 0244-644-048 is the number. Remember, Valex Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company. Terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions. If you're looking for world-class university experience for your child right here in Ghana, Lancaster University Ghana is the only British branch campus in sub-Saharan Africa, offering students the same prestigious Lancaster University degree awarded in the UK with a 90% graduate employment rate within 6 months of graduation. Your child gets a head start in today's competitive global market. Students can choose from programs in business, law, computer science, economics, marketing, international relations, and many more, all in a modern campus environment designed for success. Applications are now open. Lancaster.edu.gh. Call 0209-607-008. Lancaster University Ghana, a global degree at your So why is it that healthcare always feels like a battle? 1 minute you're fine, the next you're facing rising costs and a diagnosis you weren't ready for. Eden Care is the reset button. Eden Care is Acacia Health's dedicated insurance for individuals and families. What I love about it is that it combines everyday easy accessibility with the absolute trust and experience of a proven insurance health insurer. We are the health partner that actually answers when you call, making sure your family is shielded from the wahala of uncovered expenses. So stop fighting the system, start working in peace. Reach out, edencare.acacia@myenterprisegroup.io. Choose Eden Care today. Eden Care brought to you by Acacia Health.
It's 9:43. A couple of quick ones. Omni Basic wishes to inform you that the Omni Basic Health Walk, originally scheduled for this Saturday, July 11, has been postponed. Decision has been taken with the safety, comfort, and well-being of participants in mind following recent floods that are affecting many communities. We extend our thoughts and support to everyone impacted during the flooding, and a new date for the health walk will be communicated soon. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience that this postponement may cause, and we look forward to working with you soon. For more information, please call 0307 086 000. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. We often say health or good health shouldn't be taken for granted. So whether it's for yourself or your loved one, visit the International Maritime Hospital at Tema Community 3 for quality specialist health care. Their team of professionals is committed to providing compassionate, patient-centered care in a welcoming environment. You may reach us on 0303 220 030 or 053 519 7061. As an entrepreneur, we know that this journey is not always easy, and sometimes you can't find the courage to keep going. Well, Misika is here for you. Our flexible loan does not only get you cash when you need it most, but a partner you can always rely on. Dial *171# on an MTN merchant SIM. Follow the prompts. Get a loan from Misika, powered by Adishman Savings and Loans. Misika Day for you. Meanwhile, LifeSource International is an all-girls STEM and entrepreneurship boarding school where we raise leaders and industry creators. We accept girls from Cambridge JHS 1 through A levels, offering a safe learning environment, affordable tuition, and scholarship opportunities for 25-26 academic year. Focus on STEM and entrepreneurial career pathways integrated with the 7 habits of a leader, enabling our girls develop confidence, discipline, and critical thinking skills. We are at Apam Junction, Central Region. You may call us on 055-955-2263. That's 055-955-2263, or visit livesourceghana.org for more information. This is the City Breakfast Show. We have more when we come back. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Hey, Charlie, these days there are everywhere, and GCB Bank is on the alert to protect your money. So be vigilant. I should share my OTP with you. How can you tell me this story? Masa, one-time PIN no be group work, so don't share. They say share your PIN for them to help you. Unknown link, no click so. Bebre yazan. Free ATM help, say. My friend, look sharp. GCB Bank will never ask for your PIN, OTP, or Ghana card details. Don't fall victim. Think before you click or send anything. Azam Boys Day Street. So DG, call 0800 422 422 toll free or WhatsApp 0202 422 422 when in doubt. This fraud alert campaign, Azam, is brought to you by GCB Bank, your bank for life.
You have completed SHS, excited and full of dreams, but not sure of what comes next? We invite you to be part of an experience that could change your life. Join the Heritage Christian University SHS Career Mentorship Program for 2 weeks and walk away ready for university, career, and life. You will learn career planning, Microsoft Office Suite, CV writing, public speaking, AI and tech skills, and acquire a skill in journalism and media, graphic design, web design, or bead, soap, and wig making. Beyond learning, get ready for fun and entertainment activities. The rate is a cool 400 cedis with free accommodation on HCU campus. Call 0551 026 164 to register or locate us at Amasaman behind the stadium. Heritage Christian University SHS Career Mentorship, building your future with confidence.
HR is evolving. Are you ready? Join industry leaders, HR professionals, and business executives at HR Connect Conference 2026 for powerful conversations on transforming HR into a true driver of business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. The theme: from certification to competence, why elevating HR is critical for business growth and competitive advantage in Africa. The date, 30th and 31st of July 2026 at the Labadi Beach Hotel at 9 a.m. daily. Tickets are going for 2,000 Ghana cedis only. HR Connect Conference 2026. Connect, learn, lead, and transform.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 322 31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
All right, so we are friends from the Basto School here on the City Breakfast Show. Anis Hafa is the board chairman. Rosalind Williams-Mensah is the head of school, and Hiki Matu Ali is a parent. I have a friend whose wife is called Hiki. So, yeah, I won't mention his name here. So, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so let me start with Madam Williams-Mensah. Tell me about the Basto School. What kind of school is it?
All right, thank you for having us here. Basto School Ghana is the first African campus for Basto School in Kansas City. It's a renowned school in America, an independent school in America. And it has branches in China and Turkey as well. So Basto School Ghana is the first campus
in Africa.
In Africa.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
In Africa.
What's different about Basto? What do you do that makes your school unique?
All right. So at Basto School Ghana, we give authentic African style, American style education, but we still remain connected to our Ghanaian context and culture. So at the Basto School, your children will have the American education, but we ensure that they are still connected to their culture. That's what makes us unique.
What learning opportunities and extracurricular programs do you have that prepare students for the future?
So at Basto School, we believe that the education of children should not only emphasize on academics. We look at character, and we look at being able to fit into society, helping the children to be empathic, helping the children to fit into society. So at Basto School, we don't only teach the children book, but we teach them character as well.
So it's book and character.
Yes,
I noticed you came here with a parent, which suggests to me that there's a good relationship between the school and parents.
A very good one. A very good one.
Let's talk about financial issues, because a lot of these type of schools we do very well. Some parents feel like they can't afford it. So talk to me about parents who may not be able to afford the school because they don't think that the fees, they can afford it. What support opportunities do you have for such families or such parents?
All right. So Basto School, we have our parents at heart, and we have everyone in mind. We want to give this quality of education to everyone. And so we have support from our mother school to help parents who would want to be supported financially. And talking about that, we have a scholarship exam coming up. It's open to all students. You can walk in on Saturday, the 11th of July, come and take part in the exam. If you do well, you are sure to receive.
So it's a scholarship exam?
Yes, please.
This Saturday?
This Saturday,
what time?
11th of July, starting at 9.
All class levels or what level?
Well, for now, we have for grade 7 and grade 10.
Okay.
But we have something special for all grade levels. Just get in touch.
And you let them know.
Exactly.
Anis, I've known you for a long time. Now you are talking about Basto School. Tell me about how the founders even chose such a school and why they are coming to Africa and all of that.
You know, when I was approached about introducing Basto School to Ghana, of course, I had to do my due diligence. So I traveled to Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh,
I've been there twice, and I'll be going there again this year.
Okay.
This is to have, I have credibility, so I don't want to mess it up. I want to see exactly
what you are supporting.
Exactly. So I met the board of directors, and I was very, very impressed. Impressed in terms of how we can begin to do something differently in Ghana. You know, education is like an ecosystem. We don't all have to be doing the same thing. For example, the Ghana Education Service has a particular curriculum. The Cambridge has a particular curriculum. Even the IB program has a particular curriculum. And I've done training across board with all of them. What I like about Story is that they have facilities that we can benefit from Ghana. I mean, for example, dry labs and that sort of thing. So the enthusiasm that I have is how we can raise the standards of our young people here, knowing that we can afford expensive equipment, but whatever they do in Basto can be beamed to institutions here. That's one of the things that I thought very impressive. And I also visited what they call the idea space.
Okay.
Idea space is how you begin to conceive of a product or a service and you make it happen.
All right.
And they start as early as KG. So that was very impressive for me. And even that, I think you spoke about critical thinking. They start critical thinking with KG.
Wow.
You see, the idea is that now we have Google, who can give you any information in the world. You have IT, how do you call it? What's the other one? AI, and so on. But what is missing is the human factor.
Yes.
And the human factor invariably involves the kind of questions that develop our humanity. What kind of human beings do we want to be? What kind of society do we want to build? You know, those are questions that cannot be addressed through AI. It has to be human focused. And these questions are presented by through critical thinking. But the important thing is this. You know how when we were growing up, I don't know about you, but when we were growing up, your opinions never mattered.
Yeah.
It's a matter of just repeating information from the textbook and from your parents or from teachers and so on. Critical thinking is different.
Okay.
It allows you to ask very uncomfortable questions.
Yeah.
And the more uncomfortable those questions are, the more on track you are. You know, because I don't want to throw some of the questions here, but what we get children to do is first to think for themselves.
Okay.
That's very important. In our time, thinking for yourself wasn't part of the syllabus. But these days, thinking for yourself is critical. Because once you think for yourself, then Google or AI has nothing to do with it. Because your originality is what you're looking for.
Interesting.
And even looking at, also when we begin to even look at the Sustainable Development Goals, these are project orientation for young people. So when they do these projects, they are in the form of STEAM, fairs, and so on. And you have young people who are doing the presentations, who are speaking for themselves and developing the confidence that way.
At a very early age.
As early as possible.
Wonderful.
In fact, some of the KG kids are doing tie-dye and the rest of it.
Wow.
You know, so I'm really quite enthused.
Talk to me about the relationship between Barstow School Ghana and Barstow School Kansas. How does the partnership benefit students, teachers, and education in Ghana?
Yeah, again, I think I've told you in the sense that they have facilities that we don't have.
Okay.
You know, and the dry labs, for example, are beamed so that we can have access to them here.
Correct.
You know, that part of it is very important. And also, we have coordinators in the US who help to update our teachers here consistently. Okay. You know, people are saying that if you leave people to their own devices, the chances are they must slide out or slide off. But once you have a coordination with others that are international, we are based locally, but we also want to have an international mindedness, international output. So that part of it is very, very important. It's quite new, but I'm quite enthused about it. And for me, since I do, I serve on the Ghana Education Service Council. I was chairman of the National Teaching Council and so on. I'm always looking for new things. We can't continue doing the same things the same way and expect different results, as they say.
Wonderful.
So that part of it is very, very important to me.
Let's talk to Hikimatu Ali, who's a parent. So how many kids do you have in Barstow?
I have 3 boys.
I see. And various levels?
Yeah, in grade 6 now going to 7, right? So that'll be 7, 4, and then 1.
Why did you choose Barstow School for your children?
Okay, so I think I'll build on what the chairman just said. I was looking for a school that actually would help my child build in all the core competencies in terms of development of a child. So looking at the critical thinking and analytical skills, creativity. And then I saw that Barstow had all these within their competencies they build for students. They don't just focus on the classroom work, but they look at other extracurricular activities that can build the child in terms of confidence. Like the world is shifting away from just reading and then reproducing to actually creating and making an impact. And this is what I saw in Barstow School.
And how are your kids developing? What's the evidence have you seen?
Great. I think I'll just, chairman mentioned of the tie and dye. So my son is the youngest entrepreneur in Barstow.
Wow.
Because during the tie and dye class, he actually picked it up so well and then he made a design. And during a conversation I had with some of my friends, I showed some of the designs he made. So they asked me if he really did it because he's just like 11 years.
Wow.
I said yes. He got orders.
Wow.
So henceforth,
he's producing
fast forward, they helped him create a WhatsApp page. They helped him create a Instagram, TikTok, and he's selling.
At
and
11.
he's 11 and he's making money.
So why are you paying school fees? Amazing stuff. So where is the school located? Is it boarding or day?
Okay, for now, the school is a day school.
Okay.
We are at Abelempe.
Okay.
Number 102 Shandov Street, Abelempe in Accra.
So if somebody wants to do a campus visit, is that possible?
Oh, you are always welcome to have a tour of the school.
Of the facility.
Yes.
And also website?
We have a website.
What's it called?
www.bastowghana.
So it's BARSTOW.
BARSTOW.
Because there's Barstow, Missouri, Barstow,
yes.
Istanbul,
So
and
ours
Barstow,
is
Accra.
www.ghanabastowschool.org.
GhanaBarstowSchool.org.
Yes,
and you are the head of school.
Yes, please.
So it means you are the one who talked to before. And if our children are misbehaving, you are the one who will discipline them.
Exactly.
Wonderful. We've been speaking to friends from the Barstow School, which is an American curriculum institution as against the IB, the GES, or the Cambridge. And Anis Hafa is the board chair. And he came through with Rosalind William Mensah, who's the head of school, and Hikimatu Ali, a parent who's 11-year-old. What grade is he in? Sure, grade 6 or 5.
Grade 6.
Grade 6.
Moving to grade 6.
And he's a tie and dye entrepreneur.
Yeah, yes. you need to place an order for yours.
Big announcement. This Saturday, there's an entrance exam.
Yes, a scholarship exam.
A scholarship exam.
Yes.
And so do they have to register?
Yes, you have to register.
So what number should they call?
You can call 0277 07 0020.
Okay, number again.
0277 07 0020.
And that number you call to register so your ward can take part in the scholarship exam, which is happening at the school Saturday morning.
On Saturday.
And you'll be surprised at the benefits you get from the experience. Yes. Thank you, ladies. And thank you, and it's good to see you. I know you'll come back, talk about literacy challenge. This year you are doing AI.
And yes, some people.
And yes, you challenge AI and things. Yeah. Advising the Minister of Education and things.
Yeah,
very powerful.
But guess what? I love it.
Oh, it's incredible.
I love it.
It's an amazing experience.
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm in this business,
yes,
is watching kids grow.
Yeah,
grow in unimaginable ways.
I tell you,
and keeps me going all the time.
Yeah,
I go to sleep thinking about them.
Yeah,
I get up thinking about them, and I'm working with them.
That's why you are like them.
That's a compliment, but that's a power.
That's why you are like them. It doesn't grow. You won't believe I told you Anis's age, but it's a national security secret. All right, so we'll wrap up with Caleb. This is the City Breakfast Show. Today we've been discussing Accra's acute waste disposal challenge. Yesterday we spoke about our ranking in having safe toilets. So you notice that sanitation is a big topic for us, and we want our assemblies to wake up to their responsibility.
Yeah.
We want the local government minister to do what is required of him.
Sure.
And we want citizens to also do their part, because every right comes with a responsibility. So yeah, it's a wrap, right?
It is. Just before then,
you have a few things to do. Okay.
Yes, a few.
All right.
Everyone is a winner in the Ongalicious Abingwaha promo. 4 million Ghana cedis worth of cash and prizes to be won. So look out for the special Ongalicious promo packs. Submit 20 Onga powder promo sachets and 20 shrimp tablet promo wrappers at any of our redemption centers. Receive a scratch card, scratch it, reveal a unique code, send it to *713*27# and you will win instantly. Our cash prizes are up to 200,000 Ghana cedis, and deep freezers, smart TVs, kitchen appliances, and more are up for grabs. Please note that it now ends on the 15th of August 2026. Hurry, do not miss out. This promo is regulated by the NLA on its Caritas Lottery platform, and this is for your attention, all Ghanaian entrepreneurs and SME owners. It's time to take your business to the absolute next level. Applications are officially open for the MTN SME Ghana Awards 2026. If your business is crushing it, this is your moment to get national recognition and massive rewards. We're talking about business support from MTN Ghana, a whole year of business insurance from Star Group, international exchange opportunities, and a chance to attract serious funding. Don't wait. Apply now at the SMEGhanaAwards.com or download the form and email awards@SMEGhanaAwards.com. 0244-226-6859 is the number to call. The deadline is Friday, 17th July 2026. Now, our sponsors are MTN headline sponsor, Star Assurance Group, and One Africa. We're doing this in partnership with the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry and the Ghana Enterprise Agency, SMEGA, celebrating excellence, empowering growth. Now, 7-Eleven Baseline Boats and Nuts has premium boats, nuts, washers, anchor boats, start boats, U-boats, and more, all manufactured right here in Ghana. They also provide advanced coating and surface treatment solutions, including PTFE, epoxy coatings, and galvanizing, phosphating, and everything you need with respect to boats and nuts. So whether you're in the construction, mining, manufacturing, or oil and gas business, you can count on faster delivery, shorter lead times, and dependable supply of high quality boats and nuts, proudly manufactured right here in Ghana. Call them today, 0557-126-501. 7-Eleven Baseline Boats and Nuts, made in Ghana, made faster, made stronger. Now Oyo Quarter will take over the airways with Branch in the City. So stay tuned, get to the front row, and you'll enjoy premium entertainment. Thank you for doing the listening. Have a blessed day.